shall be heard. God bless the great state of Ohio and this honorable court. You may be seated.
Good morning. This is the August 5th, 2024 morning docket of the Lawrence County Municipal Court. First group of cases we're going to call our review hearings. We have a couple of representatives before we begin from Children's Hospital. If you guys would like to stand up and introduce yourself and speak to the audience.
Natalie, this is my colleague Zara. We're researchers from Nationwide Children's Hospital up in Columbus. We're currently running a study looking at an intervention that may work at reducing overdoses, specifically among people involved with the court. So we work with courts all throughout Ohio and with people all throughout Ohio. A few important things to note: the study is voluntary, so you don't have to participate. It is confidential, so any information you share with us is not shared back to the court. And then finally, it is paid, so say for about 25-30 minutes of your time, you will receive $25 on what's essentially a debit card that we load with money. Your participation in the study mainly just consists of taking surveys, and each one is paid for. If you complete each one, you could earn up to around $330 each over the course of 2 years. If anyone's interested, Zara and I will be in the probation office over on the left. But again, we're just running a study looking at an intervention that may work at reducing overdoses. If you're interested, just please come talk to us or ask any questions. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, the first group of cases we're going to call review hearings. When you hear your name called, come up to the table that's going to be on your right, and we will proceed from there.
Jason Collier, James Conley, Dakota Kraft, Buddy L. Hardy, Ashley J. Huff, Kayla King.
All right, first case, the State of Ohio versus Jason Collier, CRB 2275, CRA 22-222, CRB 21-885, A and B. Mr. Collier's present, and it looks like he was drug screened this morning and everything was negative. That's good news, Mr. Collier. First case, you still owe $335 on. Second case, same thing. And the last case, you owe $396 on. Some of that, Mr. Collier, can be worked off on community service if you're interested.
Okay, I'm gonna make a payment today when I leave.
Okay. Are you interested in working some of that off on community service?
Possibly. On the weekends I can.
Okay. You're working?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's what I'll do. Let's set you another review hearing. September 23rd at 9 a.m. We're going to write that down.
I remember it. Thank you. I'll put it in my phone while I leave.
See you back September 23rd.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you. James Conley. James S. Conley.
Your Honor, he wasn't community service when he was ordered to be used.
Okay. Time is now 9:57 a.m. Mr. Conley was ordered to be here at 9 a.m. So there will be a bench warrant issued for failure to appear. I want that issued immediately. Dakota Kraft. State of Ohio versus Dakota Kraft. CRB 2320, CRB 22-130. Staff is currently shooting. Very good report, Mr. Kraft. It's a very good report. On the first case, you owe $177, and on your second case, you owe $120 left on it. Once that's paid and your treatment is completed, then at that time, you'll be all finished. We'll set your review hearing date for September 23rd. At 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. State of Ohio versus Buddy L. Hardy. This is TRC 23532, CRB 23287, CRB 22600, and TRC 1870, and CRA 1864. Mr. Hardy is present here today. Mr. Hardy, are you still in treatment?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's going to be for probably the rest of my life or whatever, you know what I mean?
Sure, do you have a report?
That's my mental health and everything. Oh, I mean, did you need one? They gave you one, I gave you one last time I was here. Do I got to bring one every time? All right, well, I didn't know, sorry.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. We could have Mr.
I
Hardy.
can, them ladies are nice. I can probably get you one today and
Okay.
drop it back off.
Here's what we're going to do, Mr. Hardy. I'm going to have you go ahead and have your drug screening today.
No, that's fine.
Excuse me. If everything's clear,
Yeah. I'm going
we'll
to pay
send you
too.
a review and have you
Say, I'm gonna pay.
bring one the next time.
I'm going to pay you on my fine today too.
Okay, cool. You would go with Mr. Cooper, or we call this later in the night. Ashley J. Huff. This is State of Ohio versus Ashley Huff, CRA 2724, CRA 2725, and CRA 2758. Ms. Huff is present, and it looks like Ms. Huff, I was looking at this beforehand, you go $75 on one case and $35 on another. You have a payment today?
Yeah, I'm paid 50 today.
Okay. I'll set you a new review hearing for September 23rd at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kayla King. Kayla King. The State of Ohio versus Kayla King, CRB 24382. This was set for review at 9 a.m. Time's now 10:01, and Ms. King has not appeared. There'll be a bench warrant to issue for failure to appear.
Stephen Littlejohn, Crystal McMillan, Elizabeth Monk, Sheena Scarberry, Matthew S. Smith.
First case, the State of Ohio versus Stephen Littlejohn, CRA 1054. Mr. Littlejohn is present.
Your Honor, he is compliant with treatment services. The only thing he tests positive for is prescribed buprenorphine, maintaining full-time employment at Harmony House.
Mr. Littlejohn, that's a good report. It looks like you're down to, you owe $347 left on this case.
I'll make another payment, $100 payment Friday.
Okay. Great. You can work some of that off on community service as well.
I stay pretty busy.
Okay. I'll set you a new review date for September 23rd at 9 a.m.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Crystal McMillan. State of Ohio versus Crystal McMillan, CRB 16688. Looks like Ms. McMillan has done 12 hours of community service since her last time you were here, which is good. You're down to $40 owe you on the fine, but you still have 42 hours of community service. Are you working presently?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I was going to pay off the fine Friday when I get paid, and I'll get some more community service in. I'll try to get it finished before my next review.
Okay. When what days do you typically work?
It switches every week, so I'm off every other weekend, and then the week I work, the weekends that I do work, I'll work Monday and Tuesday, and then it's the other way around. So the next week it'll be Wednesday and Thursday during the week.
We definitely need community service workers on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay.
You can do community service on those days, I'm sure it would be appreciated by probation, and it would also help knock everything down. So
Yeah.
I'll set you a new review for September 23rd at 9 a.m.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Elizabeth Monk, the State of Ohio versus Elizabeth Monk, TRD 2867, TRD 2167, and B. Ms. Monk, it looks like you owe $85 on one case and $310 on the other.
I'll be able to make a payment Friday also when I get paid.
Okay. You can work those.
Well, I work every day and I got 3 kids, so.
Okay. I'll set you a review for September 23rd at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Sheena R. Scarberry?
Yes, sir.
All right. State of Ohio versus Sheena R. Scarberry, CRB 13463, CRB 1291, CRB 11638, CRB 10899.
Your Honor, if I may, Ms. Carberry was ordered on July 1st to have some community service done for her next hearing. She has not been here since then.
Okay. Ms. Scarberry, have you done any community services you were ordered?
No, Your Honor. My uncle was the one being able to bring me back and forth, but his motor has blown up in his car. So it was really hard for me to get a ride this morning, and I take a bus to work. So I'm always at work as well, but I'm trying to work on trying to get over here on the weekends at least and get it done. But I do have a little bit of money to pay on my fines today, and I'll be paying Friday again. I know I've got to get this done.
Ms. Scarberry, I don't think you're taking this very seriously, so I'm going to go ahead and remain her in custody. Time being.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Get your time.
Matthew Smith. Matthew S. Smith. Time is now 10:06 a.m. Mr. Smith was cited to be here at 9 a.m. and this case is CRB 21692, CRB 15457, CRB 14553, CRB 14665, PRC 12627. There'll be a bench warrant issued for failure to appear. The next group of cases we're going to call are the arraignments. They're the first appearances before the court. If you have an arraignment, we need you in the courtroom. When you hear your name called, you'll come up to the table on your right, and I will go over the charge or charges with you, indicate the maximum penalties involved. or possibly minimum penalties involved. If the case has a minimum, you have the right, certain rights before the court. You have the right to remain silent. Everything is being recorded in here. If you say something to me that you shouldn't say, the state of Ohio can then use that against you in an attempt to prove your guilt. You have the right to have reasonable bail. You have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, I can consider you for court-appointed counsel. And you also have the right to have the state of Ohio prove each and every element of the offense they're charging beyond a reasonable doubt. When you come up to the table, I'll go through the charge, and I'll be asking you for a plea. You can enter one of three pleas. You can enter a guilty plea, which means you're admitting the violation. You can enter a not guilty plea, which means you're denying the violation. Or you can enter a no contest plea, which means you're not admitting the violation, but you're not contesting the facts surrounding the violation. Then I can find you guilty if I think the state would have enough evidence. If you're unsure of what you should do, you should enter a not guilty plea, as it preserves all your rights before the court. Call first case.
All right, we're hearing warrant. Need to be in the courtroom now.
State of Ohio versus Wyatt L. Rapp. Wyatt L. Rapp. Case number TRD 24-1508.
To the state of Ohio versus Wyatt L. Rapp, TRD 24-1508. Mr. Rapp, it's alleged that on or about July 21st, 2024, in Fayette Township, you were operating a motorcycle with no motorcycle endorsement. It's a violation of Ohio Revised Code 4510.1282. As a misdemeanor in the first degree. Maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. How do you wish to plead?
Not guilty.
All right, I'll accept your not guilty plea. Are you working? Are you planning to hire your own counsel?
Not sure.
Okay. Do you wish to be considered for court-appointed counsel?
Yes.
All right. Are you paid hourly? How much do you make per hour?
It's 44 an hour.
$44 an hour?
Yeah.
How many hours a week do you get?
50.
Do you have any independence?
One.
You're not going to qualify for court-appointed counsel. If you do you wish to have time to hire counsel?
I guess. Yeah.
How long do you think you'll need?
I don't know. I'd just like to pay and just get out of here. That's whatever.
Well, you entered a not guilty plea. Not guilty not guilty means you're denying the allegation. There is no, if you're entering a not guilty plea, there's nothing that you can do with that other than I set this for another date for you to come back. You're free. If you don't wish to have counsel, you're free to proceed without counsel. But I would be setting this up, trying to give you an opportunity to see if you can get this resolved.
I'll kind of change my plea to guilty.
All right.
So,
So you're admitting the violation. I'll enter a guilty finding based upon that. be a $150 fine in court costs.
Okay.
You pay that today?
Yeah, I'll pay that today.
You pay that today, there's no probation.
Yeah.
May. Absolutely not. I wouldn't do it. Judge Campbell will be back, and Judge Campbell's going to be here. All right, Mr. Rapp, you'll see the clerk, and go ahead and take care of it, that payment today, and there'll be no probation. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Taylor Perimeter, case number CRA 23189, A and B, CRB 23191.
All right, this is State of Ohio versus Taylor Perimeter, CRA 23189, A and B, CRB 23191. Looks like there was a failure to appear for a review hearing.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Palmer, do you admit or deny that you failed to appear for a review?
I admit.
Okay. You have a reason that you failed to appear?
I was really sick and then I ended up relapsing and going back into treatment.
Ma'am, are you with Angels?
Yes, sir.
And you guys are in Belpre?
Yes.
Okay. How long of a program is this? I'm not familiar with your program. so-
Yeah, we're a couple hours away. It's a 90-day faith-based residential treatment.
Okay. And since it's faith-based, I have to ask Ms. Palmer, are you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. I assume so based upon the letters that I read. They're excellent reports. Here's what I'll do. I'll ask that the bench warrant be recalled if it hasn't already. It looks, excuse me, it looks like you're down to $100 owed was all you wrote on the original case. But I'm going to go ahead and add, as punishment for missing your review, I'm going to add a treatment component, so you're going to be ordered to complete the program at Angels Harbor.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to set you a new review hearing September 23rd at 9 a.m. And If she hasn't signed a release for the court, we typically require at review hearings to have a report, and the one that you guys did is perfectly fine. But we just gotta have that when she shows up for review hearings.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
See you back on September 23rd, Mr. Palmer. By all accounts, you're doing wonderful in treatment. Keep it up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus William T. Green, case number of CRB 23686, CRB 23692, CRC 231715, A, B, and C. William T. Green.
This is State of Ohio versus William T. Green, TRC 231750, CRB 23686, CRB 23692.
Did you call Mr. Green?
I did.
Yeah, he's here. Sorry, Your Honor, I didn't hear you.
Sir, you're William T. Green?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Green, it's alleged that on July 29th, you failed to appear for a pre-trial. That day, there was a bench warrant issued. Mr. Stratton, is your client admit or deny that he failed to appear?
He admitted he failed to appear, Your Honor. It's not charged. We just asked that that warrant be revoked and he be sent for another pretrial. His original bond be reinstated.
Does he have a good reason that he failed to appear?
I was on a family vacation and I didn't get back to that Monday evening that night. My flight, they only had one flight out of Destin, Florida.
Yeah.
So I didn't get back till that evening.
And as you're probably aware, Your Honor, that they've had problems with flights. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's only been a week. So,
Yeah.
I'll recall the warrant. His original bond will stay in effect. And I'll set a pre-trial in this matter. For August 23rd.
Yes, that'll work. August 23rd. All right. You're good to go.
Thank you.
Be at 10 a.m.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus John W. Nunley, case number CRB 24471.
So the State of Ohio versus John W. Nunley, CRB 24471. Mr. Nunley, it's alleged that on or about July 22nd, 2024, you did knowingly cause or attempt to cause physical harm to Ashley M. Sword, family or household member. It's a violation of Ohio Revised Code 2919.25A, domestic violence. Domestic violence is a misdemeanor of the first degree, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. How do you wish to plead?
Not guilty.
Okay, I'll accept your not guilty plea. Do you wish to be considered for court-appointed counsel?
Do what?
Do you wish to be considered for court-appointed counsel?
What's that?
A lawyer at state's expense, or do you plan on hiring your own attorney?
Free.
All right. Are you working currently?
Yes.
What do you, or how often are you paid?
Every week.
Paid hourly? What do you make per week?
About $250.
$250? qualify for appointed counsel. I will appoint Mr. Stratton. Mr. Stratton, this is John Nunley, it's domestic violence. In one. Mr. Hill, the state requested protection order.
Yes, Your Honor. And I believe that Jasmine is getting the file for us so we can make that happen.
Okay. Mr. Nunley, do you have somewhere to go other than being around Miss Sword?
I went to get my daughter, but we ain't set up an agreement to get joint custody or anything yet.
Well, there's going to be a protection order issued today for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to allow you to have any contact, either directly or indirectly, or over social media, text messages, anything like that with Miss Sword.
Okay.
So what I'm asking is, do you have another place to go other than where she's living?
Yeah, I got my own house.
Okay. So I'll let him sign a $1,500 signature bond.
We'll have the protection order directly here, Your Honor.
Protection order is going to issue, Mr. Nunley. Don't leave the courthouse until you receive a copy of the protection order.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to just have a seat out in the lobby, once it's all signed and taken care of, the state will come and find you and get you a copy of it.
Okay.
Actually, she's here right now.
When's the pretrial?
Yeah. I haven't said it yet. Mr. Stratton, how far out do you want to go? Not much scheduled the 23rd, so.
23rd sounds good, Your Honor.
All right. August 23rd, pretrial, 10 a.m.
State of Ohio versus Mary Jo Delisle. Case number CRB 24481.
Yes, sir. My sister. She has a disability.
So the state of Ohio versus Mary Jo Delisle, CRB 24481. Ms. Beliles, it's alleged that on or about August 1st, 2024, in South Point, Ohio, that you had animals running, or animals at large. It's a violation of their municipal ordinance, or Ohio Revised Code 951.02, and that is a minor misdemeanor, maximum penalty $150 fine and court costs. It's also alleged that on or about August 1st, 2024, you did, being the owner, keeper, or harborer of any dog, except when a dog is lawfully engaged in hunting and accompanied by the owner, keeper, harborer, or handler of the dog, fail to keep the dog physically confined or restrained upon the premises of the owner, keeper, or harborer by leash, tether, or adequate fence, supervision, or secure enclosure to prevent escape. That's a violation of Ohio Revised Code 955.22C, and that's failure to confine dogs, a minor misdemeanor. Mr. Hill, I have a ticket here, and I'm only seeing there's only one case that looks like filed, and that's the failure to confine dogs, but there's also a ticket in here that looks like it's out of the same incident for animals at large. Is the state intending to just proceed on the failure to confine dogs?
Yes, Your Honor, it looks like the same. It looks like we've just converted it to long form.
Okay. Ms. Beliles, that's a minor misdemeanor. The maximum penalty is a $150 fine and court costs. How do you wish to plead?
No contest.
Okay, so no contest means you're not admitting the violation, but you're also not contesting the facts surrounding the violation.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Can I speak?
You will have an opportunity in
Yes, sir.
just a second. Mr. Heald, is there anything that the court needs to be made aware of on this?
Your Honor, I could read the statement of the deputy who wrote the ticket.
Okay.
This is Deputy Matthew Chin, Lawrence County Sheriff's Office. August 1st, 2024, I was dispatched to 48 Private Drive 704 in reference to the neighbor's dog chasing the caller's son. When I arrived, I was met by a male that identified himself as Terry Bramer. Terry advised that the neighbor's dog jumped and or climbed over the fence into his backyard again. Terry advised that this is not the first time this has happened, that just a few weeks ago he had the dog warden there over the same issue. Terry advised that this time it was worse due to his 13-year-old son being in the backyard. Terry stated that once the dog jumped over the fence, the dog then chased his 13-year-old son into the house. That is becoming a major issue, that his child cannot even play in the backyard due to the neighbor's dogs. I then went to make contact with the neighbor located behind Terry's house. I was met by a female located at 37 Private Drive 702 and identified herself as Mary Beliles. Mary was advised that I was there due to the dogs jumping over the fence and chasing the neighbor's child. Mary stated that she's sorry, that she did not know that this had happened. I advised her that there is a video of the incident. I advised Mary that I needed her identification due to the incident. Mary was then cited for animals at large and released with a court date of August 5th.
Okay. Ms. Beliles, is there anything you wish to say?
Sir, I was babysitting my grandson at my sister's house. The dogs was in like all night. My brother-in-law and my daughter was getting ready to come back from church, and he was playing cornhole. Put the dogs out for just a minute. Couldn't have been no more than 15 minutes. My daughter come home. She told me the dog was out, and before I could even react, the police was there.
Okay.
And my dogs have not been back to my sister's. She's at my house. You know.
Okay. I'll accept your no contest plea. I'm going to enter a guilty finding, and there will be a $20 fine and court costs. Okay?
Yes, sir. And I have tags if you need them for my
Sorry?
dog. Tags for my dog.
You weren't charged with that. I trust that the state would have charged you if they thought that was a problem. So
Thank you, sir.
you're very welcome. So you'll need to see the clerk, and I need to set your review date. Yeah, well, review date out. We'll set your review hearing date of October 22nd, 2024. If you have the fine and the court costs paid by then, you don't need to appear.
Okay.
So for instance, if you pay them today, you don't have to show up. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
You're very welcome. Thank you. You're going to need to check with the clerk before you leave.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Kevin Stitz, case number CRB 24483.
The State of Ohio versus Kevin Stitz, CRB 24483. And Mr. Stitz is present, and Mr. Steyer is standing up. So Mr. Steyer, you're going to be representing Mr. Stitz.
Yeah, Your Honor, I'm appointed in the common pleas court, and we've worked out an arrangement there that involved Mr. Stitz appearing here and pleading to a misdemeanor. So I'm going to ask to be appointed here as well for that purpose.
find that if nothing's changed since his common pleas, your common pleas appointment that Mr. Stitt's indigent, I will appoint Luke Steyer to represent him.
And Your Honor, we'll waive reading of the charge in this matter. What happened here is this is a matter where there's receiving proceeds of an offense subject to forfeiture that was filed as a felony at the common pleas level. As part of our working that out, it was agreed that if he would plead to a misdemeanor at this court, there would be a finding of guilt. He would forfeit the assets, and basically there would be payment of court costs would be all else. This is the amount in this case is $32,270, which Mr. Stitz is willing to forfeit in exchange for allowing him to plead to this misdemeanor. He's not from the area, so we're going to just basically tell him to go forth and sin no more.
Hey, Luke.
Yes.
That's what these notes say, 180 suspended. And level 5 non-reporting.
Guess we can do that.
Well, that's what this says. So.
Well, the notes here say 180 suspended, level 5 non-reported probation, and forfeiture of the funds. No fine, no community service.
The forfeiture would be to the Lawrence County Drug and Major Crimes Task Force.
It's non-reported probation, but don't get in trouble. Don't get in trouble, it's no problems. Well, we can go back to the common police court. So, Your Honor, we would join in that recommendation.
Okay. Which plea was he wanting to enter?
He'll enter no contest with stipulation of facts sufficient to support a finding of guilty.
Is that correct, Mr. Stitz?
Yes.
All right. I'll accept your no contest plea. I'll enter a guilty finding. There'll be 180 days jail sentence, all suspended. I'll do a $200 fine, but I'll suspend it as well. I ordered him to pay the court costs. And there'll be 2 years, level 5 probation. And then I'll order the $32,270 forfeited to the Lawrence County Drug and Major Crimes Task Force. $32,270.
What you got? He'll give you what's called a review hearing date, and if you pay before that date, you don't have to come back. And because of this, you're not going to have to come back to the common police court. I can't remember what day they said, it's the 21st or the 28th, one or the other. Whatever day that is, you don't have to come back and get dismissed. I'll text the prosecutor who's actually on your case and say,
All right, Mr. Stitz, you're going to need to see probation and the clerk's office.
Is there a review hearing date, Your Honor? I didn't hear that, I apologize.
January 24th, 2025 at 9 a.m. And Mr. Stitz, if you've got the court costs paid, you don't need to be here for that hearing.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Paul D. Connor, case number CRP 24482. Paul Connor.
So the State of Ohio versus Paul D. Connor, CRP 24482. Mr. Connor, it's alleged that on or about August 4th, you did knowingly cause Jesse Dakota Mezzo to believe you would cause serious physical harm to the person or property of Jesse Mezzo, violation of 2903.21A, aggravated menacing. Aggravated menacing is a misdemeanor of the first degree, maximum penalty 6 months in jail and $1,000 fine. I see you have a bond up already with Mr. Sowers. How do you wish to plead?
Not guilty.
All right, I will accept your not guilty plea. All right. Do you wish to be considered for court-appointed counsel?
I don't think I get one of those.
Okay. I consider it. Are you paid hourly?
Yes, sir.
How much do you make per hour?
26 an hour.
How many hours a week do you typically work?
48.
Do you have any dependents?
Yeah, girl, little baby, or daughter.
Okay. Yeah, you're not going to qualify. I'm assuming then you need time to hire your own counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
How long do you think you'll need?
Can I get a few weeks?
How about I'll give you to Friday, April 6th. Oh, excuse me, September 6th. I don't know why.
Okay.
That'll be a pretrial at 10 a.m. Once you hire counsel, then they will either tell you whether they're going to keep that date or move it. Stay in contact with them. If you haven't hired counsel, you'll need to show back up on that day. I will continue the bond as posted by Mr. Sowers as well. So we'll see you back on September 6th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Actually, I didn't ask Mr. Gill, are you seeking a protection order, but I figured you would have interjected there if you were.
I'm sorry.
We are not, we'd like to make that a condition of his bond, however, that he stay away from Mr. Mezzo.
Condition of your bond is you'll be required to not have any contact with Mr. Mezzo. All right.
State of Ohio versus Michael Bruton, case number CRB 24485.
So the state of Ohio versus Michael Bruton, CRB 24485. Mr. Bruton, it's alleged that on or about August 2nd, you did knowingly cause Marion Holland to believe that you would cause physical harm to the personal property of Marion Holland. It's a violation of Ohio Revised Code 2983.22A1. That is menacing. It's a misdemeanor of the fourth degree. A misdemeanor of the fourth degree carries a maximum penalty of 30 days in jail and a $250 fine. How do you wish to plead?
Not guilty.
I will accept your not guilty plea. Do you wish to be considered for court-appointed counsel?
Yeah.
All right. Are you working?
No.
No income? No. You qualify. I will appoint Roger Smith to be your counsel. Mr. Smith, this is Michael Bruton. It's an uniform menacing. See that you posted a bond with Mr. Sowers, so I can continue the bond.
Thank you, Judge.
And Mr. Gill, I presume you want the same caveat that as part of bond that Mr. Bruton will stay away from Marion Holland.
Well, we'll ask for protection on this. Okay, we've crossed it. We may have a situation here with, there's a cross filing. Marion Holland.
I don't have that case over yet.
Okay. Well, anyway, yes, we want a protection. We'll and we can withdraw them later if it works out that way.
There'll be a protection order issued, Mr. Bruton, you're not going to be able to have any contact or go around.
I don't even know this fellow.
I'm sorry?
I don't even know the fellow.
Okay. My understanding, Mr. Bruton, is he's also been charged, so there is a crossfire, so we'll sort it out. Mr. Smith, are you available the 23rd?
Of this month? No, next week I'm available. She'll give you a copy, so she'll bring you that, then you're free to go. Okay. I could do the...
How about September 6th?
That should be fine. I said that one day in August I couldn't do it.
I'll set the matter for a pretrial at 10 a.m.
Yes, Judge, that's a good day.
Mr. Hill, we don't have that yet. I was going to go ahead and call it.
State of Ohio versus Gilmer Pablos.
That paper, you're good to go.
Case number CRP 24484.
The State of Ohio versus Gilmer Pablos, CRB 24484. Mr. Pablos, it's alleged on or about August 3rd, 2024, you did by threat of force knowingly cause Angela Pablos, a family or household member, to believe that you would cause imminent physical harm to her, a family or household member. And you've been convicted of a prior domestic violence offense in violation of Ohio Revised Code Section 2919.95C. That's domestic violence, and Mr. Hill, it's listed as a misdemeanor of the second degree.
It is there's a prior, this was a threat, so it's makes it an M2.
All right, just wanted to make sure that was correct. That's a misdemeanor of the second degree. Mr. Pablos, that carries a maximum penalty of 90 days in jail and a $750 fine. How do you wish to plead?
Second.
How do you wish to plead?
Well, I'm saying not guilty because I don't do nothing to do.
Okay. I will accept your not guilty plea. Do you wish to be considered for court-appointed counsel?
To what?
Do you wish to be considered for court-appointed counsel?
Not understand exactly what.
For a lawyer?
Well, I need to. Do you have to get a lawyer for that?
Are you working currently?
Yeah.
Do you get paid weekly?
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks? How much do you make every 2 weeks?
Say like 1,200 maybe.
Do you have any dependents?
I have kids.
You have kids? Okay, you qualify. I'm going to appoint Tyler Smith to represent you. Are you able to request for protection order here?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Pablos, there's been a request for a protection order to issue for your wife. So unless and until that protection order is dismissed by the court, you can't have any contact, either directly or indirectly, with Angela Pablos. Do you understand that?
To how long?
Until further order of the court.
This is temporary, it's just
Silence is defendant.
Mr. Smith, how's your calendar for August 23rd?
August 23rd, we're good to go.
Okay. I'm going to schedule a pretrial in this matter for August 23rd at 10 a.m. And I will continue the bond that has already been posted by Mr. Popovich.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Thank you, Mr. Popovich.
State of Ohio recalls Buddy L. Hardy, case number TRC 23532, ABC and D, CRB 23287, and others.
All right. Mr. Hardy, I've got your screen back this time. And on one of these, do you have a prescription for?
I got a prescription for everything I get.
You got a prescription for alcohol?
Well, I mean, that, yeah, no, but cough syrup, me and him was trying to figure, because I got ulcers, and I got stomach problems, and they Prilosec, I got Prilosec too, so, and that's why I was like, man, I got ulcers, so I know I ain't drank nothing. Yeah, that's why, me and Majors was sitting out there talking about, he said, it could have been cough syrup, buddy. I'm like, oh, I never even thought about that.
Okay. I'm going to set you back quickly, and I'm going to order you to bring a copy of your progress in treatment. It's not necessary.
I'm just gonna drive down there and get it. It's at the new in Chesapeake.
You can do that if you wish and bring it back. But
Yeah.
I'm still going to have you back fairly quickly. So I'm going to set you another review for August the 12th. We'll need you back on August 12th and bring a progress report. Even if you bring one today, I want another one on the 12th.
No, I ain't gonna bring it in. I got stuff to do. I gotta go elite and, I got a GED I bought on online, cause that's the only way I can seem to find my results. And I'm getting into elite welding down there academy. In September, I start that.
That is good. Good, I'm glad you're back and
Yeah.
stuff. We'll see you back
So-
August 12th.
This foot got, I mean, when I went to the county, got infected and set me back a little bit, that's why.
You're okay. We'll see you back on the 12th.
All right.
If you have a pre-trial, I need you to come in the courtroom, and I need all the attorneys in the courtroom. All right, all for the pre-trial.
Pre-trial, yeah, pre-trial. First of all, Mr. Thompson only has one sentencing. State of Ohio versus Donald Knight, case number TRC 24750.
The State of Ohio versus Donald Knight, PRC 24750. Matter set for a sentencing hearing today.
Yes. Mr. Knight is in recovery program at Bethesda outpatient.
And he's compliant at this time.
Okay.
And I think he just has a couple more sessions.
That doesn't mean he's having more
Okay.
sessions.
So when do you want to come back? Can we come back in a month, Your Honor?
We can. Come back September 6th. For sentencing. 10 a.m.
Just write my number.
at defendant's request.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very good.
State of Ohio versus Kerry DeVault, case number CRB 24275.
So the State of Ohio versus Kerry DeVault, CRB 24275. And I see Mr. Tyler Smith is present, but I do not see his client, Mr. DeVault.
He was not supposed to come today. This is a 90-day continuance. If there weren't any further problems, he wasn't required to show up, and there haven't been any, so it should be dismissed today.
Has the court costs been paid?
There were no costs to be paid.
Without call, I see it now. Okay, matter will be dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Timothy Adkins, case number TRC 231834, A and B.
So the State of Ohio versus Timothy Atkins, PRC 231834 A and B. Mr. Atkins is present, which is attorney Mr. Salata, and State's represented by attorney Philip Hill, except for pretrial.
Judge, this is one we're not going to be able to get resolved, it doesn't look like. We can probably go ahead and get a trial date. If you want to set it for one last pretrial before trial, that's okay too, just to see if we've come to any resolution.
Okay, Mr. Doctor, how far out would you want to go?
Discovery's completed, so, can we have a final pretrial maybe on September 9th? Or August 26th, either one.
We'll do September 9th for a final pretrial at 10 a.m. Do you want to go ahead and set a trial date?
If Mr. Hill wants to, that's fine with the court. It doesn't matter to me. Whatever you think would work best is okay. Or we can just do it that day if you want to. But I'd say we're going to need a trial in this one.
I typically leave that to your discretion. We can
Mr.
do it
Hill,
that, we can either do it that day or we can set it.
Well, it's just as easy to set it then as it is now. I mean,
Okay, we can pick a trial date when we get back on the 9th.
we'll need a time waiver.
He will waive time, yes.
All right, September 9th for final pretrial, 10 a.m. And then we do time waiting for the record.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Barber.
Your Honor, on the Donald Knight case with Mr. Thompson, you can't be here on the September 6th date. You said you can't be here on September 9th.
Yes, we can change that to September 9th. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Thompson.
23,
State of Ohio versus Austin Smoot, case number TRC 24176, A and B.
So the State of Ohio versus Austin Smoot, PRC 24176 A and B. Mr. Smoot is present, his attorney, Mr. Delauder, State's represented by attorney Philip Hill. Set for a pretrial.
Judge, we were last here on August 5th. At that time, we had a discussion on the record about Mr. Smoot's continued involvement in treatment. We've indicated at that time for the court that we'd hoped he'd continue to make progress, and if so, we'd look toward resolving this today without the need for jail time. I do have a new update dated August 2nd from RRS indicating that Mr. Smoot continues to do well. He's been a model client. He's made extensive progress, and he's been in treatment now since February. This year, I believe Mr. Hill's agreeable today to proceed to resolve it.
Is that correct, Mr. Hill?
It seems as if he's made significant progress, and that's confirmed by his treatment representative. So, yeah, what we agreed to, Your Honor, back when Mr. Smoot pled guilty on April the 1st was that we wanted him to be successful in treatment. And if he gained a significant amount of recovery because of going to treatment during the time between then and now, that we would be willing to ask the court to treat this as lower than what it was initially charged. So we would be agreeable to treat it as a first offense, and given the amount of commitment that he's made to the process of recovery.
Okay. First offense.
I'm sorry, can I get that case number?
Yeah, TRC 24176AB.
176?
It says on the ticket.
Okay, that's what I've got too.
Yours was Corey Austin.
Austin, that's it.
Mr. Hill, was that a first offense, high or low test?
Low test.
All right. Mr. Delauder, ready to proceed. Is there an agreed upon recommendation, or was it just as the typical?
Your Honor, I think the contemplation was that it would be a typical first offense sentence, with the exception that part of Mr. Smoot's probation would be that he maintain sobriety and continue with his treatment.
All right. Based upon the representations to the court, I am going to sentence in accordance with the agreement. So there will be 20 days jail, all suspended, to the 3-day VIP school. $500 fine. All we do is pay the court costs. Since it was originally a high score, I'm going to order 45 hours of community service. Two years, well before probation. Be a driver's license suspension of 6 months, and that will date back to the date of the offense.
Is there a representative here from the...
They're cleared today, but I'll get you the information.
I have not seen them.
Okay.
All right.
Good job.
He's really taking it serious.
And Mr. Hill, there was a B case, looks like it was a failure to control.
Well, let's see. I don't guess it was in,
It's a single car.
we're okay with not like that.
B case will be nollied. I already mentioned that.
Is there a review hearing, Your Honor?
January 24th, so review hearing date. Okay. Review hearing will be January 24th, 2025. Review 9 a.m. All right, Mr. Smoot, you're going to need to see probation and disclosure for that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Corey Smoot, number TRC 24-1544 A and B.
The State of Ohio versus Corey Smoot, TRC 24-1544 A and B. Mr. Smoot's present with his attorney, Mr. Delauder. Matter set for a pretrial trial.
Your Honor, I've discussed this with Mr. Gibb during pretrial conference, and it's my understanding that this Mr. Smoot wants to change his plea today to guilty on the recommendation of the state that it be treated as a first offense for sentencing purposes. As the court will notice, the alleged prior in this was over 15 years ago.
Yeah, 2007. Mr. Hill?
Yes, Your Honor, and also, this was a situation that while we believe we have a very complete case as far as the observations of the officers, it's an A-Ryan type case, and so there are always questions in a situation like that. So we are in agreement as to treat it as a regular first offense, as opposed to the adding on the enhancement for the prior within 20 years.
Mr. Velotter, would you please, as your client, we stand?
Your Honor, he'll enter a guilty plea.
Okay. Accept the guilty plea. Honor a guilty finding. I'll give Mr. Struth 20 days jail. I'll suspend them to the 3-day DIP school. There'll be a $375 fine, a 6-month license suspension. That'll be from today's date forward. 30 hours of community service. Yes.
And Your Honor, it's been longer than 15 days, and Mr. Smoot does work. Would be willing to grant him occupational driving privileges during the term of his suspension.
If he can show proof of insurance, we'll
Yes, sir.
grant that as a matter of choice. Just prepare an entry for me.
Yes, sir. And did you have proof of insurance?
2 years long before probation.
Also, Your Honor, he did have insurance when the alleged offense occurred. I'll have him bring that also before he leaves today. Can you get proof of that?
Yes.
To the court, so that that doesn't get submitted as no insurance.
Okay. Mr. Hill, there's a B case as well, it's failure to patrol.
That was, I know from memory that it didn't involve anybody else's property, so we can nolly that.
Review hearing, January 24th, 25 at 9 a.m. Mr. Smoot, you'll need to see the probation department and the clerk's office before you go, and you will definitely want to get your proof of insurance in before the end of business today. If not, you'll get suspended through the B&B, an additional suspension through the B&B for no insurance, which will probably end up being worse than the suspension that I've levied out of this case. So get that as quickly as you can today before the close of business.
No problem.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Waller.
Make sure you don't leave before you talk to probation.
State of Ohio versus Michael J. Wood, case number TRC 24436, A, B, and C.
State of Ohio versus Michael J. Wood, TRC 24436, A, B, and C. And this matter is set for sentencing today. Mr. Wood, I believe was a treatment of pathways was the last that I had.
Your Honor, I've talked to Mr. Hill about this one too. I think Mr. Hill wants to see a little more progress in this case. And Mr. Wood has switched to a more intensive treatment regimen. He's now with the University of Kentucky through King's Daughters Medical Center. He felt like he had made as much progress as he could make at Pathways. So now he is with them. He's just kind of getting started with them. So I don't care when we come back or how frequently Mr. Hill wants to take a look at this. We're agreeable to whatever.
I've also been, just got prescribed depression, anxiety medication. I haven't put on
How about September
naltrexone.
16th?
Excuse me?
How about September 16th?
September what? 15th?
16th.
Oh, 16th. I've got a trial that day. And can we do it on the 9th? I know I've got cases here on that day.
Yeah, we can do the 9th.
Okay, September 9th.
All right, September 9th, 2024, for sentencing, 10 a.m. at the defendant's request. And Mr. Ward, you'll need to bring an update for the prosecutor and for the court that day from your treatment provider, so that we've got an update as to how you're doing with your treatment.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Judge, I've got one sentencing hearing on, and that's the only thing I've got left, and I think we have a resolution on that. Could we call that? And I've got a hearing down in Ironton at 1.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. What's the name?
It's State of Ohio versus Kyle Akers. It's in the sentencing stack back there.
State of Ohio versus Kyle Akers, case number TRC 222527 A and B.
So the State of Ohio versus Kyle Akers, TRC 222527 A and B. Mr. Akers is present with his attorney, Mr. Delauder, and state's represented by attorney Philip Eagle.
And Your Honor, I wasn't, I don't think, involved in this case originally. However, this was way back in 2022. In the meantime, Mr. Akers has made quite a great amount of progress in the various issues he's been dealing with. He had some problems in Megg County, he had some problems in Boyd County, Kentucky, and at this point he's gotten all those resolved. So he was up here in front of Judge Capper earlier on in this case for sentencing, and Judge Capper released him from jail, was aware that Mr. Akers had to go complete the STAR program out of Meigs County, and Mr. Akers was under the impression that the court was inclined to sort of give him credit for that should he successfully complete it, and he did. So he's done with STAR. Now he's also continued to be in treatment through Ashland Integrative Medicine as part of his probation in Boyd County, Kentucky. So he's got all of his issues resolved at this point, and he's really doing great. So we'd like to proceed today with sentencing if it's possible.
I've got a note here from Judge Capper. It says we need a report.
Oh, yep, I gave Mr. Here, I can give the court a copy. I gave Mr. Heald a copy.
Okay. Mr. Heald?
It looks like he has done everything that the judge wanted him to do. We're okay if the court went ahead, if the court went ahead and sentenced him, if that's what is being proposed. Second offense, so we would not be opposed if the court were to sentence him as a first offense.
Okay. Under the A1A section?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I think my understanding of what was contemplated was that if Mr. Akers did what he was supposed to do, that would stand in the place of the DIP school, since he completed STAR, which was a much more intensive program. He was there for 4 months or more.
6 months.
6 months
Almost 6
total?
months, yeah.
Almost.
Okay. Mr. Hill?
Right,
Any
6
objection?
months.
We're not opposed to that.
All right. There's already been a plea entered in this, so it'll be, sentence will be 20 days jail. I'll suspend it. I'll allow Star to move on a 3-day program, since that was apparently agreed to quite some time ago when we didn't have a treatment program here in Lawrence County doing that. There'll be a $500 fine. A 6-month license suspension.
Gotta go back to that.
You already have your license back at this point?
No, I'm waiting on this.
He's been suspended, Judge, since
Since then.
2022.
I'll date it back to 2020, to August, or October of 2022, the date of the offense.
Okay.
$30 hours community service. 2 years. Level 4 probation. And on the B case, there are audit court costs as well. And on the B case, there'll be a $20 fine. Mr. Akers, I'm encouraged at how well you've done. I'm also encouraged by the update report that we got today. It seems you've really kind of turned the corner, so keep that up going forward. Hopefully, this, going through this can be something positive in your life. It's not designed, here to pile on you, but, you've done an excellent job, and that's why you're getting the break that you're getting on this. There'll be a review hearing set for January 24th, 2025, 9 a.m. for review.
All right.
All right, you'll need to see probation and the clerk before you leave today.
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court is going to take a brief recess, and Judge Capper has arrived, and we'll be back out here shortly.
Are we good on it or bad? I'm gonna guess by the lack of paper that it's in good shape.
So what are we doing here?
Just sit on the record.
What do we see?
Whatever I said there. That. So look at that. traffic stuff.
Is this the?
Yep. Oh. No, I forgot you had this thing. I don't believe you're part of the file there. I'll take this and then I'll give you a copy.
Have your attention, please. Lawrence County Municipal Court's now back in session. The Honorable Donald R. Capps presiding. Your Honor, we're ready to go to the Lawrence County case.
Okay, we have some hearings in jail.
State of Ohio versus Casey Lynn Blevins, case number CRA 24487, CRB 24488, A and B.
All right, so we've got a new charge. Ma'am, are you Casey Lynn Blevins? Can you hear me?
I didn't hear you.
All right, Ms. Blevins, I'm Judge Capper. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. This is your arraignment hearing. The purpose of the arraignment is to tell you what the charges are, what the possible penalties are for those charges, take a plea if it's not a felony, assign counsel, set a hearing date. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything about your case. You don't have to say anything at all. But if you choose to make statements, what you say is all on the record. So if you admit something about your case that the state can use, they can use that admission against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to be considered for bail and to make the state prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those rights?
Yes.
Case number 24487 alleges identity fraud, that on August the 3rd in Fayette Township, without the right to do so, you did hold yourself out as another person with the intent to represent that you were that person. That's a felony 5, maximum penalty a year in jail, $2,500 fine. Case number 488A alleges that on August 3rd in Fayette Township, you tried to deprive Walmart of property without their consent. That's a first-degree misdemeanor theft offense. Maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. 488B alleges, same time and place as the others, that you, without the right to do so, trespassed on property of Walmart without their consent. That's a fourth-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 30 days in jail, $250 fine. Do you understand these 3 charges?
Yes.
And copies of these were faxed to the jail this morning about 15 minutes ago. So if you don't have them, they should be there at the jail for you to receive. Do you have the money to hire a lawyer to represent you?
No.
Do you have a job?
No.
Mr. Smith, I'm going to appoint you to represent Ms. Blevins.
Yes, sir.
So your lawyer is going to be Roger Smith. He's here in the courtroom. I'm appointing him to represent you. And so now we're going to consider bond. I've got a Bradley Road address for you in Huntington. Is that correct?
What was the address?
Bradley Road.
It's actually 605 Buffington Street.
That's also Huntington, right? That's Huntington?
Huntington, yes. 2702.
What's the state's position on bond for Ms. Blevins?
State would request a $2,500 cash and surety bond.
Judge, if I might call up to the jail and speak with her, I'll see if we need to revisit bond.
Okay. Do you think you can post a bond, ma'am?
No.
No bond? Okay, I'm going to set her bond at $2,500, cash or surety. Let's see, this third, we can do it.
The only bad day I have, Judge, is August 23rd. Other than that, I'm available pretty much anytime.
I'll set it for August 12th.
That'd be fine. And I'll let you know if we have to revisit
Only
bond.
10 o'clock. Do you want the court's file?
If I may, Barton, I'll let you know if we need to revisit bond.
All right. Ms. Blevins, your lawyer is going to call down and talk to you on the telephone line, so you're not appearing in the court. You're on a television monitor right now, so everybody in the courtroom can see you and hear you. He's going to call you in a few minutes and talk to you about
You
it.
have to keep me on, I'm going to call right now, so maybe just put her back. I'll call right now.
Your next hearing is a week from today at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge. State of Ohio versus Marion Holland, case number CRA 24486. And Matthew Under is on deck.
Marion Holland. And are you Marion Holland?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Holland, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court, which is located in Chesapeake. You are appearing in the courtroom on a television monitor by teleconferencing. What you say and your image is all being recorded, so if you make some statements that are damaging to your case, the prosecutor could use those against you. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to be considered for bail and to make the state approve the one charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things, sir?
Yes, sir.
So the charge against you is aggravated assault. It alleges that on August the 2nd in Fayette Township, while under the influence of sudden passion or in a sudden fit of rage, brought on by serious provocation occasioned by the victim, that you not only caused or attempted to cause physical harm to another person by means of a deadly weapon or dangerous ordinance. That's aggravated assault. It's a 4th degree felony. Maximum penalty is 18 months in jail and a $5,000 fine. And a copy of this charge was faxed down to the jail this morning at 10:45, so over a half hour ago. So it should be there at the jail for you, a copy of the charge. All right. Do you understand the charge against you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So this like goes forward then. Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
No, sir.
Do you have a job?
No, sir.
Do you have no income at all?
You're right, sir.
Okay. Mr. Morford, I'll appoint you to represent Mr. Holland. Now, I understand there was a co-defendant. They must be charged with a misdemeanor.
Yeah, that was menacing.
Okay. It was set, as I understand, set for September 6th. We've got to come back here sooner because this is a felony. We have to come back for a preliminary hearing. Well, first, let's get to what the state's position is on bond.
Well, I guess we'd like to know if there's a bond that he thinks he can meet.
He has a South Point address. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
You live in South Point. Do you think he can post bond?
No, sir. Unless I talk to my dad.
What's your dad's name?
He lives in South Point.
What's his name?
Same place with me.
What's your father's name?
Billy R. Holland Sr.
Billy Holland?
Yes, Sr.
And do you have a phone number for him?
Yes, it's 614-204-4244.
And you have a phone yourself?
Yes, it's at home.
Is that a cell?
Yeah.
What is it?
740-479-1998.
1198, it's the last four digits?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm assuming there's a request for a protection order?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
I don't see it in the body of the complaint. What's
Michael Bruton.
Michael
Bruton, B-R-U-T-O-N.
Is there any problem for you to stay away from Michael Bruton?
No, sir.
Okay, so I'm ordering you to do that. You're ordered to not go around him, contact him, post things about him, stay totally away, so there'll be a protection order issued.
That's fine. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
That's fine. Do you have a number on the bond that you want to recommend?
2,500.
Okay, I'm going to set your bond at 2,500, cash or surety. We'll let Mr. Morford call down and talk to you. You can also, I guess, contact Mr. Sowards and maybe the auditor, see if he's going to post. Do you want to do that before we set a hearing date? Because the co-defendant is set way, not within 10 days.
Judge, if you don't mind, let me have a chance to call all three of those.
And you'll bring the file back?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your lawyer's going to call down, talk to you about issues on bond, as to whether you can get out or not, posting bond, then after that happens, I'll set your next hearing date. So we'll have you back you'll come back on the screen after you talk to your lawyer.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Matthew Unger, case number CRB 21904, and Nathan Wiles is on deck.
Sir, are you Matthew Unger?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Unger, it's alleged that you had failed to appear for a review hearing on September 23rd of 2022. It's on a theft offense from Walmart. A warrant got issued for you because of that, and looks like that's why you're in jail. Do you understand the allegation against you?
Yes, sir.
Do you admit or deny you failed to come for your review hearing?
I admit.
Do you have a good explanation for not coming to your review hearing?
I got an honest explanation. I wanted to, at the time, I just wanted to get high. I let the disease of addiction do that stuff.
Well, I see that I sent you went to some addiction treatment. The last report I've got on you is dated August 15th, 2022, so that's 2 years ago from New Life Recovery in Jackson. It was a pretty good report at that time. But I guess things came apart after that, right?
Yes.
Well, do you want to just serve this out in jail? Do you want to try to get in treatment again? What do you want to do?
I'd like to get back in treatment.
Where are you living now?
My office.
Where did you spend the last night you were out free before you went in jail?
I got off the Greyhound yesterday, or on Saturday, and I walked from the Greyhound station in Ashland, Kentucky, straight to the police department where I turned myself in.
Oh, you turned yourself in Ironton?
Yes.
Okay. Where had you been before you took the Greyhound? Where did you catch the Greyhound up?
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Okay. How long have you been down there?
Since September, since I left for the, it was sometime in September of last year.
Okay. What made you want to come back?
I want to get back into treatment. I want to start over.
How do you have a medical card now, or how do you pay for medical services?
My belief is still active with Ohio.
Okay. He had been at Bethesda, it looks like, and he was at New Life Recovery. He had a couple good reports from them. Anyone interested in talking with Mr. Unger about treatment? All right, let's try him back at Bethesda again. Taylor, do you want his file to look it over?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to give you another shot at Bethesda. If you're willing to go there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Taylor from Bethesda is going to call and talk to you about it, and then I'll have you back out after she does an assessment, and we'll decide how we're going to go forward.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Nathan Wiles, case number CRA 24480.
This is on an extradition. Sir, are you Nathan Wiles?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wiles, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court, which is located in Chesapeake, Ohio. You are appearing in the court today on a monitor. Everything you say and I say, it's all being recorded. So if you admit things about this, it could be used against you because it's on the record. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed, to be considered for bail, and to make the charges be proved beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, this one's not charges here in this jurisdiction, but what's alleged is that there's charges against you in another jurisdiction, specifically Boyd County Circuit Court in Boyd County, Kentucky. And the charges are flagrant non-support, persistent felony offender, and contempt of court. So Kentucky's asked that you be extradited to that jurisdiction to stand for these charges. You have a right to have an extradition hearing, which is a hearing to determine if you are the person being sought by Kentucky and if there's good reason to send you to that jurisdiction on these charges. And you have a right to have an attorney represent you at that extradition. You can waive extradition, which just means you're not agreeing that you're guilty. It just means you agree that you will go to Kentucky to face these charges. How do you want to proceed? Do you want to have an extradition hearing? Do you want to waive it?
I would just like to go ahead and waive my extradition so they can come get me. I've been in prison for the last 3 years, so I wasn't aware of any of these charges.
Where were you in prison?
Huntsville Correctional Center.
Oh, in
West Virginia.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to send a waiver of extradition down for you, and I'll put an X where you need to sign. I'll have you sign that, and I'll give Boyd County until the 12th to pick you up. And I'll have them held without bond. They ask for no bond.
Yeah,
8 a.m. And then we'll put him on my docket for 10 a.m. on August 12th. But usually they're pretty good, so they're not very far away about getting here within 2 or 3 days to pick people up.
All right.
So by next Monday, the 12th, you should already be in Boyd County.
All right, thanks, sir.
If you're not, then I don't want to lose you in the back of the jail. Nobody knows where you are. I'm going to put you on my docket if you're still on the jail list. I'll see you again like this, and we'll decide how we're going to go forward.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
So the jailer's listening in. Boyd County should be notified that he's available to be picked up immediately. clerk will need to fax that waiver in for him to sign.
Your Honor, we've had some recalls to jail, but we're not ready for those yet.
Okay, we'll have some people to be recalled to jail, but they're still talking to lawyers or doing what they need to do before we recall them. So we'll come back to some cases here.
State of Ohio versus Paul Snavely, case number CRB 24318.
This is Mr. Smith's case, and it's set as a pretrial. Paul Snavely.
I called for him, it's probably been a couple hours ago, Judge, he did not respond.
Okay, he's got 7 days to appear before a warrant will issue.
I'll see if I can find him, Judge, thank you.
And it's a no work on.
Yes.
State of Ohio versus Chase W. Rickman, case number TRD 23650, CRB 23525. Mr. Steyer's case.
Chase Rickman is set for pretrial today.
I have not seen Mr. Rickman, Your Honor.
And they had no contact?
No.
He has 7 days to appear before warrant issues.
Actually, wait just 1 second if I may. I think somebody may have contacted me on his behalf. Let me make certain of that. No, I was confused.
All right. Bench warrant will issue in 7 days.
State of Ohio versus William Spalding, case number TRD 23697, CRB 23512.
This is Mr. Steyer's case, set for pretrial.
That's a reinstatement.
Yeah. Okay. We have out here a receipt where Mr. Spalding has paid his reinstatement fee on his license. He believes he is now legal. I don't know if we have a way to check that at this point or not.
Yes.
Okay. So he believes that's the receipt. And then I also have this letter from Social Security Administration stating that his medical insurance under Medicare, his entitlement to medical insurance under medical care begins October of 2024. That's been an issue in this case because he doesn't have medical coverage right now for treatment. There was a desire to have him evaluated, but we haven't been able to get that done because there hasn't been a pay source.
It's not going to take place until October.
Well, this is the letter from, I think were you just granted your disability or something?
Well, what happened is I had canceled Part B on my Medicare, thinking that Anthem kicked in, but then Anthem sent me a letter canceling me because I have to have Part B on Medicare.
In order to have the Anthem.
So, but they can't reinstate my Medicare Part B until October 1st. I don't know why, but that's just the letter they typed out for me. I got hospitalization, but no medical.
You don't have Medicaid, then you just have Medicare?
Yes, sir.
Which, as you're aware,
ODP.
complicates our ability to get it treated.
Brianna is here.
Is Brianna here?
Yeah, but they don't have any beds.
Well, I don't think this is a situation that would be an inpatient matter. Anyway, so if we can recall this.
Reinstatement, and then recall it, and also have him discuss starting treatment at ODP, and we'll recall that.
Okay.
So just this case will be recalled.
We're going to talk to this lady right here about your insurance.
State of Ohio versus Sergey Levick, case number CRB 24351.
And there's a co-defendant on that represented by Mr. Stratton.
Name?
Jade?
State of Ohio versus Olivia J. Case number CRB 24352.
Okay, these were pre-trials today, but they're set for trial Friday, I believe.
They are set for trial Friday, Your Honor.
Is there anything that can happen today for the pre-trial?
I've discussed the matter with Mr. Heald. We believe, based on just a few issues, that it's not appropriate. A guilty plea is not appropriate. I'm not sure that Mr. Heald, upon looking at the video and discussing some other issues, might make a different decision, but I don't think a decision's been made. So as of right now, I believe we need to go forward with trial on Friday.
Yes.
That's fine, and they pointed out some things that I should look at on the video, and I will do that. And if I come to a separate conclusion, a different conclusion than what I had previously, I'll let everybody know before Friday.
Thank you.
All right, case will remain on the trial docket for August 9th at noon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
See you Friday.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Kimberly McCann. Case number CRB 24395 A and B. Kimberly McCann.
Mr. Stratton's case set for pre-trial.
I haven't had any contact with her, Your Honor. Case was going to be resolved today, but
And she has 7 days to appear before warrant issues.
State of Ohio versus Alexander Jones, case number CRB 24383. Alexander Jones.
Your Honor, we ask that this be continued until after the 10th. He's still out of town working.
I just received a text message last night that he was going to be out of town until the 10th.
We're not opposed to that, as long as there's a time waiver.
Yes, we'll waive time.
Does he work on a barge or something, or what, do you have an idea what?
Your Honor, I'm not exactly sure how it works.
The 16th would be better, the 12th is pretty awful.
Yeah, the 16th is fine, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll continue to August 16th at the defendant's request.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Bradley Atkins, case number CRB 24430, CRB 24431.
All right, you're Bradley Atkins?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Atkins, did you receive a copy of this charges?
No, sir.
You have extra copies?
No, they didn't give me the extra copy.
Well, just have a seat, we'll have to get copies made, we don't have any extras. Recall you.
State of Ohio, excuse me. State of Ohio versus Christie Ferguson, for CRA 24449. It's Mr. Morford's case.
Christy Ferguson, Mr. Morford, we need Mr. Morford and Christy Ferguson in court. This was on an extradition,
She's not in jail.
Okay. She signed a waiver of extradition. The extradition was to Boyd County Circuit Court. So if she's not in jail, then the case can be complete because there was no bond set. Case is dismissed. She has been picked up. Christy Ferguson was your extradition hearing. She was picked up by the second, so case is dismissed.
Okay, Judge, I managed to talk to Mr. Holland, Mr. Sowers, and left a message for the father.
Okay,
It can be recalled whenever you're ready.
thank you.
Yes, sir.
State of Ohio versus Hunter Tooley, case number CRB 24385, A and B. It's also Mr. Morgan's case. Hunter Tooley.
And he has been inpatient at hometown recovery at one point, he was. Okay, so he left the facility on pass and didn't return, so there'll be a warrant issued for his arrest.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Marshall Fitzwater, case number CRB 24211. Marshall Fitzwater.
Okay. This is a case that would be dismissed if the court costs were paid without appearance. The costs have not been paid. 24211.
It's not coming up on my screen.
I'm not showing that they've been paid. Should be a bench warrant for failure to appear.
State of Ohio versus Donnell Hall, case number TRD 22175, 246, TRD 24610, TRC 21371, A, B, and C.
These were all pre-trial on reviews.
Your Honor, I have a note that Ms. Hall was supposed to be here for community service. She was ordered on June 24th to have some community service done before the next hearing, and she has not been.
If I may, we talked about that because I do my recovery on Saturdays, and I don't have any other day of the week to do. I work Monday through Friday.
Okay.
And you said that we would wait until today
Well,
to discuss when we could do it.
we could get you set up on Sundays at the dog pound.
Yeah, I called up there, and I called up there 2 weeks ago, and I was supposed to call him back, but it was my fault I didn't call him back. I got busy and I forgot. So I did call up there to make an appointment, and they told me to call back at a different time to talk to somebody else, and it was my fault I didn't call back.
Okay, and Mr. Gwen, how's she doing?
She's doing great.
I do have I am paying cash for this recovery, and it's starting to weigh a lot on my pockets.
Okay. Are you still doing methadone?
I am. I'm on 60 milligrams now. I'm starting to come down.
Well, let's have you do a urine screen and see if there's anything else there.
Absolutely.
Do a urine screen. Come back.
Okay.
State of Ohio recalls Bradley Atkins, case number CRB 24430 and CRB 24431.
Madison?
Okay, so Mr. Atkins, the bailiff's going to give you a copy of the charges. June 25th of this year. And the only cause or tried to cause physical harm to Madison Henson, who's either a member of your family or household. So that charge is domestic violence. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. 24-431 alleges on June the 18th, so that's a different date, a week before. You not only cause Madison Henson to believe you would cause serious physical harm to her person or property. That's aggravated menacing as a charge. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand the two charges?
Yes, sir.
State still want to go forward with these?
Well, the alleged victim, Madison Henson, is here. She doesn't want to. We've got 2 incidents that happened in close succession, although not on the same day.
A week apart.
And it's caused us some concern to make sure that there's not going to continue to be problems, even though it's been a few days since this happened. But what we would agree to do is to hold the cases over for approximately 90 days, and if there are no further problems after that period of time, we would agree to a dismissal of the charges with the payment of court costs.
Okay. Mr. Atkins, do you understand what the prosecutor is proposing?
Yes, sir.
Hold it open for 3 months. If you don't have any more problems, dismiss it, you can pay 1 court cost.
Now, I have a lot of this has been false accusations, and I've proved it. That's why the protection order got dropped, that she had filed against me. So, I mean, I don't know what
Well, you don't have to do that.
I'm okay with doing that.
Okay. So we're not going to have a trial. You have a right to make a safe, bring it to trial in a speedy fashion. Since we're going to wait and see if there's no further problems, that you're giving up those speedy trial rights. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
We're going to just let it sit here for 3 months. If there's no further problems, any other 1 court cost, which is $125, then the cases will be dismissed.
Yes, sir. Now, does this...
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Now, will this lift the warrant too?
Yeah, there's no warrant.
Okay.
I'll cancel if there was, it'll be canceled now.
Thank
Since you appeared on your end.
Yes, sir. It showed that there was an active warrant this morning. I looked.
Okay.
Thank
It'll be canceled. So I'm going to go ahead and enter a not guilty plea for you, but I'm just going to set it out 3 months, and if there's no further problems, and you pay the court costs, you don't have to appear, and the case will be dismissed. So that's going to be November 4th. November the 4th, that's the first Monday in November.
What time is that, sir?
That'll be at 10 o'clock. And you don't have to appear. If you paid the cost and there's no reports of any further problems, you just pay the cost sometime between now and then, and it'll be dismissed.
Thank you.
If there's problems reported, then you gotta appear, or if you haven't paid the cost, you gotta appear.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand what you need to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all.
Have a good day.
You too.
State of Ohio versus Sage Michael, case number TRC 241460 A, B, C, D, and E.
And Ms. Michael, have you hired a lawyer to represent you?
Yes, I hired attorney Mark McCown. And I was just waiting on the funds to clear the bank, and I'm meeting with him after I leave here today. He advised me to ask you if we could get a continuance for about 3 weeks.
Okay, so 3 weeks would be August 26th. Okay, I'll continue, at your request, I'll continue your case for August 26th. I'll put Mr. McCown down as your counsel.
Okay.
So that's going to be a pretrial at 10 a.m. on August 26th. You'll need to sign, since the request for continuance is on your behalf, that holds the time running until then. So you understand that?
I'm sorry, what was it?
Since you're asking for the continuance, the state has to bring you to trial within a certain time frame, but that time's not gonna run because you're the one asking for the continuance, you understand?
Oh, okay, yes.
So you'll need to sign a document the prosecutor has to waive for.
Okay.
And then be back here August 26th at 10 o'clock.
Okay, thank you, sir.
State of Ohio recalls Danielle Hall, case number TRC 21371 A, B, and C, CRB 21103, PRD 22175.
Okay, and we're back. Okay, good screen. The test is only for methadone. You still have, you got community service and, you know, fines to pay, so you
My
got
fine should be paid off.
showing, on your ODI from 21, is any payments on there?
They're like $600.
21,371.
All right, I'll go see the clerk when I leave here.
What's that mean? Okay, we'll check in with the clerk. I'm showing that there's still fines owed.
Okay.
And of course, community service.
Yes.
All right, I'll set your next hearing. Does it matter if it's Mondays or Fridays on your work?
It doesn't really matter, honestly. Mondays and Fridays are okay. So are you wanting me to continue with the treatment as well?
I am.
Okay. Because the only day I have available, to do the community services on that Sunday. So by the time I get done, with the community service, then what would that look like for me?
Well, when you get it finished and pay off your fines,
Okay.
and I'm satisfied that you got your substance use issues under control, then you'll be done.
Okay, because I do have to pay cash, so it's just, starting to really affect my money-wise.
You're not eligible for a medical card?
No, I'm not.
Because of your income?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have to pay for the methadone?
No, I do not right now. I'm getting, because I've got, part of my insurance from my job is paying for that right now, but it's only going to last until one more week, and then I have to pay for the methadone.
Well,
It wouldn't cover this part of the recovery.
I'm sorry?
It wouldn't cover two parts of recovery. It would only cover one.
Okay.
But I've lost that insurance because I didn't pick it back up because it wasn't a very good insurance, and I only have it for another week.
Okay. Well, my experience with the methadone clinic here has not been very good. So
I understand
I
that.
encourage you to do, I'm okay if you wanted to do Suboxone,
Yeah.
but you gotta get to 35 milligrams. I think,
Something like that.
Before they can switch you over. 35. Okay, let's make it September 30th.
Okay.
Before you have to come back. September 30th, it's the last Monday in September. See your next hearing.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Tyler D. Edmonds, case number CRA 24445.
This is Mr. Morford's case. I've got that he's at Bethesda.
How you doing? I'm great. How are you? Getting her done. You good?
Okay, that's a very good report. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It says you're demonstrating an impressive willingness to confront your issues. You demonstrate a positive attitude and dedication to facing challenges. So, very good. That's your first report, so looks like you're on the right path now.
Yes, sir.
Anything you want to tell me about it?
I'm just grateful that this all happened, honestly.
Okay, well, take advantage of it and use it as a turning point to go on and have a great life.
Yes, sir.
Let's set his next hearing in September. '13th.
I'm good.
September 13th will be the next hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good job.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Daniel L. Cox, case number TRC 23-1103, CRA 23495,
Butch.
CRA 08425.
Butch.
Mr. Smith's case. I've got a report from Marshall Health ProAct, which is seems to be positive. And you've been at this for a while, so I think it's time to switch it over to maybe just review hearings.
I have no objection.
We've kept so that would mean dismissal of the felony.
Yes.
We're not opposed to that.
So that's 23,495. So congratulations, the felony charge against you is going to be dismissed. You've already been sentenced on the ODI. I want you to continue with your treatment. I think you got to do this for yourself. Hopefully that's why you are doing it now. And you've got still have some fines and costs to pay. And you'll have community service on this new case. I don't know, there's probably some still there that you haven't done. So we'll just set review hearings rather than a preliminary hearing. So we'll set this for September 30th. I'd still like to get a report from ProAct that you're there and fine.
Okay.
And work on your community service and pay them on your fines. September 30th will be the next hearing. It'll be at 9 though, 9 a.m. So you won't have to sit here all day. 9 a.m. for a review.
You need to turn that to silent, sir.
State of Ohio versus Patrick S. Jones, case number TRC 19378, A, B, and C. Sentencing, Your Honor.
Patrick Jones.
Yes, sir.
This case. Sentencing.
Pretty sure it's fine. Yeah. Well, he still has a little bit to do, Judge, he's telling me. So.
Yes. He's doing sentencing because he has a bond up.
Right.
He's got community service to do and still has fines to pay.
He was at community service Saturday, Your Honor. It should be updated in his file.
Okay, very good.
I'll pay all my fines today.
How much are you paying?
$30.
Okay, see the clerk. Set a sentencing hearing for you September the 16th.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You are.
State State of Ohio versus Carrie Beth McCoy, case number CRB 24227.
I'm over here. Sorry.
Better.
It's right there. Should have set it for you.
You gotta be number one.
I'm working on it. I mean, I've done better. I think they want me to be able to go to tri-state areas for meetings and stuff.
You will.
I think they're wanting me to be able to go to the tri-state area for meetings and stuff like that.
Rest with me. Thank you for this call.
The tri-state area, the Christie wanted me to be able to go to the fingers and make those calls. And the phone restrictions like that, like I'm still not allowed to have my phone.
Well, it's a good report except for your boyfriend. He's driving everybody crazy.
He lives on our street.
Same street that Hometown Recovery's on.
Yeah, he has to drive past there to get
He
home.
doesn't have to call there all the time, does he?
I mean,
The
that's
report says he
how,
calls there a lot.
that's the only way he can talk to me. They still won't give me my phone and stuff. I'm still on restrictions. I can't go see my family, and I'm eligible for all that, but they say it's the court and the PO, and last time the substitute judge told them that it was up to Hometown, and I just, honestly, I can't get a straight answer. So that's the only way he can like, he went to the hospital the other day, and I couldn't even find out about it because they didn't tell me. I mean, he was severely hurt, and I'm confused upon why I can't have my phone and everybody else can, why I can't do all that. I can't even go get a job right now because of my restrictions. So I don't
As I
know.
remember, you went back to jail at one point, right?
Yeah. But I know they want me to be able to go to the tri-state area for meetings, and I just can't meet the requirements right now. I mean, I want to, I just don't know how to legally do that.
If you don't meet the requirements, you can't do it.
Well, they say you're meeting all the requirements. They're just complaining about your boyfriend.
Right, but I can't, I'm supposed to be able to get a
Driving
job.
all the time.
I'm supposed to be able to get a job and stuff like that, and I can't do that right now.
Well, when's that supposed to happen?
At 3 weeks or something like that.
I would have to check with our counselor to see.
Can we
Pretty
do
sure
that and
it's-
then come back and we'll firm up some of that? Can you do that now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We'll recall your case and we'll
Thank you.
get some more information. We'll recall.
Okay, I appreciate it.
State of Ohio versus Howard Thornton, case number TRC 24530, A, B, and C. Howard Thornton.
Your Honor, Mr. Thornton is not here, however, he is compliant with treatment, so we think there's just been a misunderstanding on his part about dates.
He's at RRS.
Yes.
He's not,
Compliant, Your
yeah,
Honor.
he's,
Negative drug screens.
so what I'd like to do at this point is ask for a continuance and get him back in here.
State's position.
We're not opposed to that, Your Honor.
I'm here all the upcoming court dates for the next couple of weeks, so I don't know if there's one that's better than
You have
another to add one on.
And you have contact with him too, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
16th then? Come back on the 16th?
I'm available.
At defendant's request, case is continued to August 16th for sentencing.
I'll make sure he's here, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. We got Mr. Spalding spoke to Riverside. We have that worked out if we have the information on his license. I don't know if we have that yet or not.
We do. Okay. William Spalding, Williams Spalding is 23,697, 23,512.
Okay, he's set Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock in Huntington to go to OVP for an assessment. I don't know how they're gonna be working things as far as payment goes, but they're going to at least get him started.
Yeah, they just do a sliding scale fee according to his income and whatever insurance he does have, so.
All right, that'll work. Okay, he is valid on his license now. We did confirm that. Stacy's a year old.
We've discussed before, Your Honor, he was unable to find proof of financial responsibility. If this is entered as if a plea is entered on this, I think it's going to result in a new suspension. So with that in mind, I'm going to ask the state, in honor of the fact that he got his license back, consider dismissing this to keep him from getting a new suspension.
Probably not impossible. I don't really even know if I have that. I have the theft charge here, so I don't know what he was suspended for.
It was for fines. He had to, part of the reason it's taking as long is he had to figure out exactly where he owed money, get those things paid, get confirmation of payment to the B&V, and then once that was all done, pay the B&V reinstatement fee, which he's done.
We're okay to acknowledge that.
We've never entered a plea on that matter. That's why it's still on the pretrial docket. He entered a plea on the theft some months ago. I don't know if he's actually been sentenced and was sentenced to get an assessment, or if we were holding off the assessment.
It's already sentenced.
Already sentenced. So that
on 23,697, which is the traffic matter, I'll nolly it, or just consider nolly due to being reinstated. He's already sentenced on the theft. He was ordered to get an assessment, which is happening now, and stay out of Walmart and pay a fine. And he has community service 5 days to do too also.
So are we going to switch this to
Switch it to the review docket.
Review docket, that's what I was trying to say here.
So we'll go into September for a review hearing. September 20th will be his first review hearing. That's Friday, September 20th, 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Haley Early, case number CRB 2480.
Have you seen the test results?
Would you give them? Judge, I have a packet of documents for you, a couple of progress reports, screenings, and completion of programs.
Is this from OVP or?
No, she did readmit to OVP outpatient on 7/15, and she has remained compliant with that as well.
She has been non-compliant or?
She has remained compliant.
Has
She's
remained
attended her appointments, and the screens I could see were all good, so.
Well, we've got Mom and Grandma here. Would you folks come up?
She says she also goes to day report twice a week.
Cabell County?
Cabell County, yes.
Would you both raise your right hand? You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Okay. Amanda, and is it Debbie?
Debbie.
Debbie. I finally got it right. Is Haley living with Debbie? Yes. So you have knowledge of her compliance with staying in recovery?
Yes.
Is she being compliant, or is she violating what she should be doing?
No, she's been doing good.
Okay. Amanda, what do you say? Do you have knowledge about her activities?
I think Haley's came a long way. I think that she wants her kids back. And I think she's very depressed. And
Where are the kids now? I thought they were with
they're
Randy.
with, well, I mean, she can't have them. You know, she has to go through stuff. They're actually staying with my daughter Tally right now.
Okay.
And her visits are still only 1 day a week. And it's
Where's
just,
Callie?
she lives near the DM, not too far from us.
Okay, in Huntington.
Yeah. And so we tried to talk with some people maybe about going to Project Hope again or somewhere, because she's very sad with her kids. And her
She's
kids are,
self-medicating, I understand that.
her
But,
kids are very sad without her too.
well, I understand that methamphetamine is just everywhere out there in the community, so it's very easy to get. And that's what she tested for today.
I did make a mistake over the weekend, but I've not failed one drug test for CPS yet, and my family worker just texted me, and I'm getting a visit tomorrow and Wednesday this week now.
Okay, well, this can't happen anymore. I mean, what's the, how's this gonna inform, I guess, I don't know that you have any recognition or input on that. How's this gonna affect what she's doing with ODP for spring today?
I mean, they should just intensify the treatment that she's getting and things like that. And if it doesn't stop, they would recommend inpatient again.
Okay,
I go there today at 4 o'clock.
you got an appointment at ODP? And Mr. Mint, you'll make sure
Yes.
they know the spring today. I mean, she's admitted it on the record here today, so. Well, I'm gonna agree with your mom. You have come a long way, but you're not there yet. I mean, you got more to do. I mean, and I know it's a lot. Are you still just 23?
I'm 24.
24 now, but with 3 kids. That's a lot. But you know what? They're your responsibility. They're nobody else's responsibility but yours, other than, I guess, your sister right now through the court. But ultimately, we gotta get you back where you're taken care of. And it's a lot to do, but you have to buckle down. And there's going to be some days that are just hard.
Yes.
You gotta get through them without medicating.
I know. I mean, I scared myself this weekend. I really did, and I regret it. And I have court next week for them, CPS, and I'm definitely not going to do it again. I'm really not.
Okay. Well, I want to see you back in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So that's going to be on the 19th. And we'll keep you under. And Juanita's not here today. Well, you have West Virginia Medicaid, so she couldn't help you anyway. Is there some sort of peer support, Rena, that we can get her where she can call somebody if she is?
Yeah.
You can handle that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I even have people that's willing to connect with her.
Okay.
They're willing to talk to her. She just has to be willing.
Yeah, you're going to have to change who your support system is. I think if you have been using, and those people are your support system, you can't call them for help because they're going to just bring you right back into using again.
I just cleared everything off my phone because that's a problem.
So you got to get some people that are going to support you in your recovery. They're going to encourage you not to use, not to encourage you to use. Okay, I want to see you in 2 weeks on the 19th at 10 o'clock. Are you available, Mr. Morford?
I am.
Okay, let's get a perfect report next time.
All right, thank you.
Okay, see you then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You are.
State of Ohio versus Charles D. Porter, case number TRD 23-240. Charles Porter.
Charles Porter, set for sentencing. Has not appeared, so there will be a warrant issued.
State of Ohio versus Shelley Clay, case number CRB 24162. Your Honor, this will be set for trial at noon today, but I understand there's something to discuss.
Okay.
Shelley Clay.
It's Mr. Smith's case, and it was set on trial docket today.
Yeah, and I don't know why she's not here, Judge. We had to agree to a 90-day continuance. The victim has reached out to the prosecutor, said she doesn't oppose that now.
That's correct. I spoke with her on July 21st, and we talked about it a little bit, and she decided a 90-day continuance was appropriate.
You still want to do that, even though the defendant's not here today?
Well, I mean, I think we need the defendant here
Can
today.
we do it Friday, Judge? I can't believe she's not here.
I'll continue at
Thank
defendant's
you.
request to August 9th.
Okay, I'll be here.
Put it on the pretrial docket?
Yes, please, and I'll try to find out.
Okay, it's the pretrial August 9th, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge.
No. State of Ohio versus Sheena R. Starberry. Case number CRA 13463, CRB 13469, CRB 1291 on recall. Sheena Starberry.
I thought you said that. In other words, she's being, who is this one? Oh, you're talking about mail it. I thought you were talking about the case.
All right, Sheena Scarberry is here. She's got several cases beginning in 2010 up until, the last one's 2013, so you haven't had any for a while, but you still have obligations to take care of, and not much is happening on them.
I know, Your Honor. I've been dealing with a lot. I sister, just, I know she got one cancer. It's just me hard. She was happening.
Say your sister? Okay.
And,
Where do you live?
I live with her out in the other, I would always, one to that sheet at my home. But I take the bus every day.
Okay.
If I come in here, I'm going home. Just have to walk in here on Saturday.
Where on Third Avenue do you live? What street?
1424 Third Avenue.
Oh, well, that's not that far.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm like back here processing my thoughts, trust me. I can do it.
So, what is it, about a mile to the bridge, and then, I mean, it's a couple miles.
It's just the heat that sucks, but if I get up early.
Yeah, get here at 7:30 on Saturday. Okay, I'll give you another chance.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I don't want to put you in jail.
No, I'll do it for my job.
Okay. September 6th, first Friday in September. September 6th, first Friday in September.
All right, thank you.
9 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Marion Holland at the Lawrence County Jail. Case number CRA 24486.
Mr. Morford's the attorney. He's had a chance to talk to his client, and how do you want to go forward?
Judge, I'd like to ask you to modify the bond to an OR. He has no money. I put in a phone call to his father. I left Gary Sauer's information with his father, and I've also spoken with Gary and texted to Gary the information. He's got no money with which to secure Mr. Sauer's services right now.
And Dad's not going to postpone?
Was unable to reach him, Judge. I had to leave a voicemail.
You didn't talk to him?
I tried.
Okay. Mr. Hill?
You know, this involves allegations of a gun and shooting a gun and.
That's pretty serious stuff.
Yeah. And obviously, it hasn't been proven yet, and there's more. The alleged victim of this matter is also a defendant, but it's just a menacing charge. So I just don't know what all went on here. I'm afraid that if we don't have that kind of control over the situation, that it could be another incident. I don't know.
Well, I think I just read the affidavit, it's pretty serious allegations. I'm going to keep the bond at $2,500, so we'll set a preliminary hearing within the time frame required, which is going to be we can do it on the 12th, and it'll be within the 10 days. So August 12th for a preliminary hearing at 10 o'clock. With a protection order. So if he does make bond, he's got to stay away from the complaining party.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Matthew Unger to Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 21904.
All right, Mr. Unger requested evaluation for treatment, and I assume that's happened.
We can take him today, inpatient.
Okay, I'll order you, Mr. Unger, released to Bethesda for inpatient treatment as soon as they get there to pick you up. And then I'll set a review hearing for you where I'll find out how you're doing. And you're going to be compliant, do what they tell you to do, when they tell you to do it, how they tell you to do it, right?
Yes, sir, I'm very grateful.
Okay, so let's make it August 23rd. I'll see you on August 23rd for your first review hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Good luck. Take advantage of this.
I will, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Casey Lynn Blevins to Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 24487, CRB 24488, A and B.
Judge, OVP is doing an assessment on Casey Blevins. It's not been completed. I've talked to Mr. Hill. I don't think he's opposed to an OR, and correct me if I'm wrong, an OR bond if she assesses for treatment, goes inpatient. Have we done anything yet?
As long as her insurance is active, we'll be able to take her, so I'm just waiting on the answer now.
Okay.
So I'd like the bond amendment, if we could, from $2,500 cash surety to $2,500 OR and be released to OVP.
That's what we really wanted.
That's what I thought.
We're looking for Casey Blevins.
Oh, she's assessing right now,
She's getting
okay.
assessed.
Want to recall in a few minutes, that'd be.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Sonny Steele here at the court, case number CRB 24288.
Mr. Worker's case. Set for trial.
I believe we have an agreement, Judge.
Okay. Let me know what that is.
Mr. Steele has agreed to pay for one tire and a tow bill. In exchange, the state would nullify the charge.
So how much is a tire and a tow bill?
Well, it's 4 tires and a tow bill. $100 for the tires, and the tow was $350.
So a total of $450?
Yes. Well, hold on here. Is Ethan Taylor here?
Ethan Taylor, come into court.
Your Honor, could you check the file and see, make sure that he was actually served with the subpoena that we requested?
Damn, it was the valve stems.
It was the what?
The valve stems that sticks out of the top.
There's some subpoena.
Well, that rules it. You can't, it can be replaced, right?
Yeah.
Jeremiah Jenkins.
All they do is break the tire down, stick the valve stem in it.
Ernest Timberman, Trey Timberman.
And it was a personal vehicle. Yeah, they didn't even talk to each
And returns on Ethan Taylor was served by leaving a place of residence.
All right, well, Your Honor,
That's the only return of service I see.
we've made multiple attempts to contact Mr. Taylor leading up to this, because we needed to talk to him. I wanted to get some more details about exactly how this all happened. And we've had we've been able to get a hold of him. And we also subpoenaed him as best we were able. So we're not able to go forward, and we just go ahead and move to dismiss the charges.
Okay, case will be dismissed.
Indeed. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hill.
State of Ohio versus Beth R. Mealy, case number CRB 24184.
Your Honor, it looks like we're going to have a trial on this
Okay.
matter, so.
Is the state ready to go forward on this one? We've got some others we can discuss that before.
We are ready, Your Honor.
You are, okay. So Ms. Meehan will recall that when we finish the other cases that don't have evidence.
State of Ohio versus Carrie Beth McCoy on the recall. Case number CRB 24227.
Okay, so we're going to dig into the particulars of her course of treatment, what's going to be coming up.
Okay, so after talking with her counselor and stuff, it looks like the reason she is on, can't apply for a job right now, and the reason she's on blackout is because she is on a behavior contract with us right now due to the recent past incident that she had. And that would look at another 30 to 60 days before she could apply for a job and then get off of the total blackout period. I say 30 to 60 because typically it's around 30, but we say 60 depending on how she progresses in treatment.
Okay. Mr. Morford?
Judge, I'd like for her to stay in treatment. I know we've had our ups and downs, and it appears she's on the upswing. She has some motivation to get a job, which I think is commendable. When her treatment provider says she's ready for it.
What say you, Ms. McCoy?
I mean, I want to get help, so I really do. Just, I don't know, I miss my family, so I wish I could do outpatient, but it's your
Well, maybe you can
recommendation.
speed up the process if you get like super compliant.
Okay.
Show up as what you want. It's like, I'm going to show you how good I can do.
Okay.
It's not, I mean, actually your report's pretty good.
Try.
Let's really wow them with what you're going to do and that you're wanting to move on to the next phase.
Yeah.
So to give you a chance to do that a little faster, let's have you back. Are you available the 23rd, Mr. Moore?
I believe so, Judge.
And for my payments, can I do like community service for any of that?
Sure. I'm not even worried about those now. I want you to get clean.
I know, I was just trying to get that caught up too for
Yeah.
you.
Down the road, we'll worry about that.
Okay.
23rd on time, Judge.
Okay, we'll see you August 23rd in the next
Okay.
hearing.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
That'll be a sentence.
Bring in something that shouldn't.
State of Ohio versus Dale M. Thompson, case number CRB 24299.
Mr. Morford's case. It's not on the docket today. Added, I think Mr. Thompson had failed to appear back in July 15th.
I was here, but I got ill and I had to leave. I didn't want me to vomit all in your court, did you say?
That he's undergoing cancer treatment.
Here.
I have medical documentation to that effect, and accordingly, we would ask you if you would consider waiving the $100 warrant fee, since it wasn't really an intentional act.
What's the state's position on it?
On the warrant fee?
Well, the whole case.
Well, the state wishes we didn't have this case, because I understand Mr. Thompson's not well, and I understand he probably lives there alone and has those dogs that probably are a great comfort to him. But one of them bit somebody, and we had a case.
Danny. Danny.
Danny, is that who he is?
Yeah, me and Danny talk every day.
But here's the thing, we had a case before.
I know.
And the neighbors didn't want to cooperate with the prosecution, but they blamed me because we couldn't do something about it, even though we needed their cooperation to do something about it. I don't want there to be more problems for Mr. Thompson. I don't know how many dogs he has there now, but it's
7.
7? Okay. Well,
one died mysteriously. I don't know, someone poisoned him or what, and then the other one disappeared. So I'm down to 7.
Before, the last time we had the case, we had it resolved. I thought there was going to be a fence built.
Yes.
Still hasn't been one built.
No, I haven't assisted anyone to come out there and build it yet. They had to come out there and survey the land. So me and Danny decided we'll get a fence at a certain distance and stuff. Just to block off the front entrance. And that's it. I don't know how long it'll be, about 100 feet or so. But they've been very well behaved. He said they haven't been down here, haven't seen them down nowhere. They've been very well contained. And they're very happy at the moment. You know, I just want to take care of Danny's suffering, though, seriously.
Well, there's a civil case. You remember Mr. Sloan, Attorney Sloan was here previously on another occasion representing the gentleman that was bitten. And there's a lot of restitution due.
How much is it? Oh, crazy.
Well, as I recall, Mr. Thompson didn't have any insurance coverage, so.
Right.
At that time, sir.
Mr. Sloan went back to Columbus, disappointed.
Well, that's right, too. So, I mean, I just, I don't want to be the one to say, Judge, that we need to have a trial, and if he's found guilty, we need to take his dogs away.
Oh, let's don't do that.
See, I don't want to do that, but I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Either that or the fence gets built to everyone's satisfaction, but I don't, that
Well, I
hasn't-
plan on moving anyway. Danny want to buy my property.
Is there any way to get, sounds like we need Danny. Danny needs to talk to Danny.
Well, Danny, me and Danny talk every day virtually. And one of his dogs died and it broke his heart. You know, a big German Shepherd.
Do you have good contact information for Danny?
Oh, yes. Yes, we do.
Can we call him today and see what he wants?
He's probably at work right now.
I mean, on previous times, he's been here.
Yeah, he told me one time he came in, it was just too busy and he had to go to work. I think that's the last time he was here.
Yeah, I mean, he said he thought he was going to get killed.
That's what he thought.
He had to have rabies shots and.
Yeah, they had,
I mean,
he had
not
to
happy
have
about
dogs, they had their rabies shots and all their shots.
The only solution I have is just set it for a trial. We're not, it doesn't look like we're moving toward resolving it in some other fashion.
I agree.
We can resolve it in another fashion, can I
Fence.
just? Go ahead, sir.
Fence.
Yeah, fence.
But we've been talking about a fence.
Yeah, but we didn't know how far, dude. That was with,
This was rain May 20th, so.
yeah, but I've been sick, sir. I'll tell you what.
I understand
Me and
that.
Danny discussed the length of the fence. All right, and how far, because you don't want to block my vehicle in, right?
I'll set it August 26th at noon for a trial.
Excuse me, sir. How much restitution is there?
Well, the victim says $7,000.
Oh, that's kind of steep, but I can handle that. I guess I can make payments on it.
We'd have to, of course, confirm that.
Okay. We can make some arrangements on that. I had no problem with doing that.
I'll be speaking with Mr. Spears also, Your Honor.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Beth R. Mealing. Case number CRB 24184.
Get in and see you.
Yes, sir.
Where you at? Where at?
That's my office right there.
In Warrenton?
Yes.
Mr. Stratton, case set for trial.
You don't want to see none of the paperwork?
Put up, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, I just want to mention, I think Mr. Smith is still waiting on a case to be recalled.
We're still waiting on the report.
Chris is right. Yes, we
Mr. Smith, can you tell us who the report is supposed to be from?
OVP was having this, Reed called somebody to do the assessment. And it-
That's the jail.
Yeah, and if Phil doesn't mind taking OR, I'm assuming she'll qualify, but we just don't know yet.
You get the information from where you're right.
Let me see if I can find out, thank you.
All right, defendant ready for trial?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll waive openings.
Stay ready.
We are, we've waived our witnesses here somewhere. How we doing? Mr. Fields?
Yes, sir.
Well, you're gonna get up there and we're gonna have a little trial.
Okay.
And we're gonna have a video, so we're gonna need that. Yeah. Just there behind there.
You come up to the first chair, raise your right hand, I'll swear you in.
You can decide what about.
You swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. You may be seated, sir.
So are you Christopher Fields?
Yes, sir.
And where are you employed?
South Point Walmart.
And what's your job there?
Asset protection, we deal with keeping this from safe and keeping assets from fire.
Would you
Looking out on the shop workers?
make sure you speak up a little, Your Honor, I have a hard time.
Yeah, make sure you project so Mr. Stratton can hear you.
Do you ever testified in a hearing like this before?
No, sir, this is my first.
How long have you worked there?
At Walmart, I've been there for 7 years in role of asset protection going on through.
So, do you have like an office there at Walmart with video monitors and things of that nature?
Yes, sir.
So do you watch people in real time and observe their movements and their actions to try to determine
Yes.
if they're... Hey, did you have occasion on April the 6th of this year to observe Beth Mealing?
Yes. We have overhead view cameras of the registers. And what she was doing indicated what our training went through. She wrapped the handheld and instead of pulling everything out of the buggy, she just goes in with it. That's one indication for us to start watching to see if there's any mishaps.
I see. So this is at the self-checkout?
Yes, sir.
And so there's more than one way to actually scan my
Yes.
Explain that a little bit better.
Our self-checkouts, you can either pick it up, scan it like they would at a normal register, or we also have the scan gun you can take and scan that as well. But also you got that new thing that you can use your phone to scan items and then scan it to the register. That was not involved with it.
Okay. So you observed something that looks suspicious to you?
Yes, sir.
Tell the court what that was.
At first it started out, like I said, with her diving into the buggy with the handgun, and then all of a sudden I start to see, backstory. We have these devices that link to the registers at the time, and we can see in real time what pops up, what they scan. And so she's going through, I'm watching her order pop up on the screen. She scanned 2 items and it says 3 on the side. So I'm like, okay, so maybe this is going more. And the further I watch, the more I see that she has skipped and like that right, just, this is how I'm going to get her.
Did you watch, first of all, was there video recording of this?
Yes.
Did it get captured and saved for this?
Yes,
to use? Did you watch it prior to coming into court today or sometime?
Not today. I watched it the last time I was here for refresh.
Now, in watching it, I noticed that there's a lot of what I call pixelation. Is that just a problem with the recording device?
It's the problem with our computer. It's like sometimes it'll be clear, sometimes it won't. Like I was have to, if you need to, I can get a better video for you.
Well, we want to make sure, particularly from now on, that we try to get one that doesn't have this problem. When we watch this video, are you going to be able to point out things that were not scanned?
Yeah.
What I'd like you to do then, I'm going to play the video and wait for you to kind of narrate what you saw and things that you saw that weren't items that weren't scanned. I see.
And it's a little bit more, it's a small part of it, it's shot ago.
And that's another question.
Yeah, you can get a little bit. Right here.
Is this Ms. Wheeling?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As you can see, also, like, up on the screen there, that's one right there, there's 2 items scanned so far. She's going through, and there's 3, 4, one of that back there.
Now, did she scan that one, or did you just put it in the back?
She scanned one of them. So, she scanned that one there that she put in the back.
She never scanned that one?
That you see before it started to get pixels, you can see the one red line beat.
And those items? No.
I can't tell for sure if I have the paper, I can tell you, because out of like 40 items that was pulled together and everything, there's maybe about 20 that's actually scanned. One of those was the see that
Your Honor, I can hear what he's saying. What are you saying, sir?
I'm sorry, but I like trying to talk to myself. Yeah, because it's been for a couple months now. I didn't want to.
Yeah, Your Honor, he's still mumbling. He needs to speak up and clearly.
Yeah, well, I'm not hearing it either, so it's not really testimony.
Okay.
Okay, I see, those renewals there was not scanned.
Right. The things in her left hand, you're saying?
Those things in her left hand? Yes, because there's 6 different bags of granola, like the ones on there on the counter on the blue, and the ones in the yellow. They're both granola. She only scanned with one collar. Let's go into the bag. Every time, you know, you can see the light flash on the hammer, you can see a line pop up on the screen. But like I said, we also have a device that shows us what's being scanned in time. The model taco salsa is just in there, it's not scanned. The A1 steak sauce there, just that the back was not scanned as well.
And there's items in the basket.
Yeah, there's still items in the basket that has yet to be scanned. As you can see, some things are getting covered up now by bags.
She's scanning that, look like mustard.
Mustard,
She's got
the mustard was scanned. And there's the ketchup. It was scanned.
So,
like, it might be great value, what's out there, not really sure on the products, let me see.
Now, do you have a comprehensive list of the things that did not get scanned?
Yes.
And how did you get that?
Okay, so what we do is after we get, several key features of like what was not stolen and whatnot, and then they have to have continuation once they pass the last point of sale. Once they pass the last point of sale, we step out, we tell them, we are like, we need you to come in this room and talk about pay merchandise. Once we get them in that room, we ask for their receipt, which they give us, which was this one, was their receipt here. And then after that, me and whoever I have with me to help me will go through their products that was paid for and not paid for. So we pull all of the unpaid items out and put them into a separate cart, and then I have them take them to the service desk where they do what we call a training receipt, which is this one right here, and get a total and list of unpaid merchandise.
So you actually you take control of that basket and separate out what she did pay for with what she didn't pay for?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1 for identification. I want you to tell me what that item is.
This one here is what was paid for.
You've seen this, haven't you, Sean?
That one, what was paid for? Yes, yes. I don't believe the other one, no.
And I'm going to ask the Exhibit 1.
Any objection?
No objection.
Didn't move.
And this is Exhibit 2 for identification. Tell me what that is.
This is unpaid merchandise.
And were you one of the people, or were you the person who stopped her as she left the store?
Yes, sir.
So were you involved in the actual scanning of everything to make sure to see what was not paid for?
No, I stay in the office with her. But one of the front end team leads who is over the front, I give them the items and they go, because they're the only ones who have the right code, I guess, to enter in stuff like that.
So this is an accurate statement of what she did not pay for, is that
Yes, sir.
correct? I'm going to ask the State's Exhibit 2 to be.
Your Honor, I object to that. He did not, he cannot testify to that since he is not the one that made that list, nor observed that list being made.
You're in charge of that list, aren't you?
Yes, sir. I'm the one who pulled everything out and comprised it into its own separate level to be.
So you know that there are items that were not scanned.
Yes, sir.
By the way, do you recognize Beth Dealing in the courtroom today? And if you do, can you point her out?
She's there in that chair.
I'm going to reserve on 2 until after cross-examination.
All right, so what's this?
No, that was action.
Explain that about your part in taking the items that she's taking out of the store to determine what was paid for and what was not paid for.
So what we do is once they pass the last point of sale, so we stop them and we tell them, hey, we work for former asset protection, we need you to come with us about some unpaid merchandise. And once we get them into our office, it's right there by the front, we ask them if they have a receipt for the items and an ID. So we'll take the receipt, and then one of us will go through the whole purchase and pull out what is not on original receipt, while the other one takes their ID and runs them into this thing that we have called Aurora. And then, it pops up past events with Walmart.
Okay, so did you have the receipt of the items that she did pay for?
In hand, yes.
And did you physically go through the basket and pull out the things that were not on that list?
Yes, sir.
So you physically had and saw the items that were not scanned?
Yes, sir.
Right. This is the South Point, Ohio Walmart here, and this is right down the road, right?
Yes, sir.
And was the video, even though it's a little sketchy as far as the technical aspects of it, but was it an accurate video of this event that we're talking about today?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to ask the video be admitted as 3.
Mr. Stratton.
No objection to the video, Your Honor.
Admitted, number 3. 1 and 3 are admitted.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Cross-examined.
Yes, Your Honor. Sir, are you familiar with the training of cashiers at Walmart?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the cashiers are trained at Walmart? How are they trained?
They get usually put with a person who's been there longer than they have to see how things are handled.
Okay, so when a cashier takes care of groceries or items coming through, they come right to them and then they pass them on through, is that correct? Like scan them, then pass them through?
Yeah.
Correct. Okay, all right. Has there been people confused with using your self-checkout?
Yes, but that is why we have some people who stand there at the edge of where the self-checkouts are. We usually have 1 to 2 people there to help people if they need help.
Okay, by request or on their own volition?
Either.
Either, okay, all right. Did you have somebody standing there when she was checking out, Mrs. Miller?
They was at the end.
They were at the end, okay. Were they observing her?
They try to observe everybody.
They try to observe everybody, okay, all right. So if they were observing her, did they not lend assistance or ask her why she wasn't scanning everything?
Usually they either get busy with somebody else or, they will hit it on their phone or whatnot, or they will go up if they can handle their has to pop up.
Well, let me ask you this. Let's put it this way. Would they ever deliberately not help somebody so that that person could be charged with a crime?
No.
Okay. How are you compensated, sir?
What do you mean?
Through Walmart, how are you compensated?
I'm an hourly associate.
Okay. Are you compensated in any way for the more people you catch stealing at Walmart?
No, sir.
Are your people that are around the cashiers compensated in that manner?
No.
Okay. Do you guys get any reviews done because of that? Like, how many go through, how many you catch each month? Do you keep track of that in any way?
The only way we have to keep track of things is, like I told him, is what we put our cases into called Aurora. It's not into, be awarded another one. It's just to help us, keep everything in order.
Okay. Are you not evaluated by that in any way?
No, sir.
Okay. So if corporate comes in and reviews your performance and says, you let 10 people go by this month and didn't catch them, that doesn't impact your performance?
No, sir.
Okay. You said you stopped her after the point of sale.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is after the point of sale?
There's EAs that usually beep when you go out the door, like whenever, say you get like some sort of cosmetics or something that has a yellow tag, one of them things that beep right past the first sliding doors. That's where our last one is set.
All right. Did these beep when she went past them?
No, sir.
Okay. So they don't beep on these items that were in this buggy?
No, they usually only beep on stuff that we have our security devices on.
Okay. So there was no indication to her, if she was confused about why she was scanning, and she went past the point of sale, she would not have known that she stole anything, would she?
I guess not.
Okay. So once you got past the point of sale, you stopped her?
Yes, sir.
Okay, did she say anything to you?
She seemed like she was caught off guard.
Okay. But, so where did you go after you stopped her at the point of sale?
We took her right in and headed into the office.
Okay. You took the buggy in the office with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. And what did you do after you took the buggy in the office, and her in the office?
Well, I had me and my team lead, that's when we brought in, me and her, we went through her buggy. Like I said, I asked for her receipt, I asked if she had an ID.
Okay.
While one of us went to the buggy, the other one was me. Started the process of, figuring out who she is and whatnot. Like I said, we have this thing called Aurora that you can put in people's names, whatever, they pop up and see if they've been stopped at a Walmart before in the local area.
Okay, so you went through the entire buggy in the office?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And at one point, did you, by the way, who was the other person in the room with you?
I believe it was Jess
Jess
Workman.
Hartman?
Workman.
Workman,
Jessica Workman.
okay, sorry.
She's a team leader at Walmart.
Okay. All right. So you went through the entire buggy? Okay. And you placed the items where?
No items that were not paid for, we took them and set them on my work desk.
Okay. Okay. And at some point, Ms. Workman took those to another register?
Yes, she would take them up to the service desk where they do what they call an action code 9, which is a training receipt.
Okay, okay. But you did not observe her doing that?
No, I had to stay in the office to complete my work.
Okay, all right.
But it was all done on camera.
It was all done, okay.
Yeah.
But you could right now tell me exactly what's on that receipt, or what you saw on your desk. You could actually tell me what you took out of the buggy and put on your desk.
Not in full detail, no. It's been forever.
Okay, all right. So you didn't take a comprehensive list yourself as you were taking them out and writing down on some list that you keep or some list that you input into a warrant?
Like once we ask for the receipt, we take that, we have it on a clipboard, and we'll go through and we'll read off UPCs to each other. When that UPC comes up, we'll read it off the UPC on the release, we'll scratch it out, we'll put it back in the bag, back in the buggy. If it is not on a receipt with the same matching UPC, we'll put it off to the side.
But when you don't have a recording of all those items, except what Ms. Workman did with the receipt, correct?
Correct.
From your experience, what would be the difference between somebody who purposely tries to steal something or misscan something and somebody that is just confused or has a grocery cart full of stuff that's trying to scan and not doing it item by item across the scanning machine? What is the difference between the two, from your experience?
One usually asks for help or goes to a manned register. The other one is trying to pick the furthest register down away from everybody and, constantly, looking around or, doing stuff where they don't have to pull everything out.
Okay, so if somebody comes up and have all their stuff in the buggy and they scan and put back in the buggy at the same time, that's an indication to use of somebody trying to steal something.
No.
Okay, all right. Somebody that doesn't ask for help and does their best, is that an indication of somebody trying to steal something?
No.
Okay. Somebody forgetting to scan something, is that an indication of somebody trying to steal something?
No.
Okay, all right. At any time, did she sort of act suspicious in that video?
Yes.
How?
Like I said, skipping items. Whenever she started to skip the first couple items, that's whenever I started to watch her. And then as I watched her more progress, and then more just not come out of the buggy.
But we're talking about her actions when not the scan, not the skipping of scanning items, which could very well be by mistake. But I'm talking about, you mentioned earlier, like somebody looking around, trying to make sure that nobody's watching. Did you see her looking around, trying to see that nobody's watching in that video?
There were a few times.
A few times,
Yeah.
okay. What other ways was she suspicious?
Just a hand scanner, just, moving around the buggy. That's just an indication for us to watch.
Okay, okay. So you were watching this live?
Yes.
Okay. Did she seem like she's struggling a little bit?
No.
So the fact that, for example, her dropping the ketchup on the floor doesn't indicate to you that she's struggling in some way?
Not whenever she tries to back multiple items at once. No.
Okay, okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Fields, was the merchandise all being able to be returned into the stock?
Yes, we ran into it.
While you were watching Ms. Mealing, did you know who she was?
Not until after she was in the office and I ran her through Aurora.
So I have here marked as State's Exhibit 4 for identification. Did she give you her ID?
Yes.
And is that what this is, a copy of the ID that she gave you?
Yes, sir.
Can I ask this to be mentioned?
Any objection?
No objection.
So the Aurora system, what is it? What does it do?
Easiest way to explain it is it's kind of like Walmart's way of keeping track of criminals that have come through there. Like we could take and put in people's names and whatnot, and it'll pop up where Walmart may have been caught fast before, if they can track that Walmart before, and what dates it was on, how much the act was, and everything.
Well, when you put her name in the system, did it come up with anything?
Yes, sir.
What did it come up with?
It came that she had been caught from, I believe it was either Route 60 Walmart or the Harvestville Walmart before. And it gave you a list of what was there. It was like over $100 or something like that. I don't have it with me, but I can, if need to, I can bring it.
Was there more than one item, one occasion, or just the one that you saw?
I believe there was 2 other occasions before us.
Objection, Your Honor.
What was that?
Just then.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
You may step down, sir. Any further evidence from the state?
You can say whatever you want. Deputy. Call Deputy Frank.
Deputy, if you step up and you counsel, you swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you out. You may proceed.
Deputy, state your name and where you were employed.
Deputy Christopher Frame, Lawrence County Sheriff's Office.
Were you working on April the 6th, 2024, and were you called to the Walmart store in South Point?
I was.
And was that in reference to alleged theft offense by Beth Mealing?
It was.
Were you in the office during part of the investigation that Walmart was conducting?
I was.
And at that time, did you observe the inspection of the shopping cart with items that were purchased and/or taken by Ms. Mealing?
I did.
And tell the court what you observed that they were doing there.
When I arrived to Walmart, I walked into the loss prevention office or an asset protection office, and they had Ms. Milling's court, and they had a clipboard with her original receipt, and they were going through the bags to see what items was on the receipt that she had paid for, and anything that was not, they took and set to the side until they was able to obtain another buggy and put all the items in it. And then the team lead associate left the asset protection room and went to the service desk.
Were there, if you had to estimate how many items there were, without obviously knowing the exact amount, how many items do you think there were?
That was scanned or skipped?
That were skipped?
At least 20.
That's all I have of this witness, Your Honor.
Cross-examine.
Deputy, you didn't count the number of items, did you?
No.
Okay. And you didn't stop her after the point of sale, did you?
I did not.
Okay. So you don't know if those are the items that went past the point of sale or not?
I do not.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Any further?
That's all, Your Honor. And we rest.
Step down and he's released.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for hearing. Thank you.
Thank you. We rest.
Sure.
Your Honor, I call Beth Mealing to stand.
You can come up this morning. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You may be seated.
Would you please state your name for the record?
Beth R. Mealing.
Okay. Beth, you said I watched that video. Is that you in that video?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you knowingly or purposely try to not scan any items?
No, sir.
Okay, all right. Did you attempt to scan all the items you had there?
Absolutely.
Okay. Did you review that receipt before you left the last point of sale?
No, because it was so long and I assumed that I had gotten everything. I had multiple items of the same thing.
Okay.
So I scanned one and I could scan however many I had. When the hand scanner would beep and I would scan it again, so maybe whenever it beeped, it didn't scan, and I did not know that. But yes, I absolutely scanned everything.
Let's talk about the hand scanner for a minute. That's meant to be pressed like a gun. You point it and press it. Okay. Does it scan every time you press it?
I mean, obviously not.
Okay.
Since the total that they told me was $78, and I was shocked, and I said I would pay the money, and they would not allow me to do that. I said, have the money, and he was like, I didn't know that I didn't scan.
Okay. So you thought you scanned all the items?
Yes, absolutely, and I had my mother in the car, waiting on me.
So you pointed the scan gun at all the items as much as possible, and you've pressed the trigger on it, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And then you assumed everything was working?
Yes.
Was somebody standing close to you that worked for Walmart?
No, not that I remember.
Not that you remember, okay. You weren't looking around?
No, I was just there to check out and get out because I knew that my mother was in the car, it was hot, and I got the stuff, I just grabbed what I needed and left. I tried to leave.
Okay.
And then whenever they stopped me in the office and I was like, what is this for? And they were like, you've been shoplifting. And I'm like, yeah. They said, all of your items have been out. And I'm like, what do you mean they don't bring out? I said, I have multiple items of the same thing, so I scanned them. The beeper did beep a couple times, but I just assumed that it scanned the product. And I said, my mother is in the car.
Do you have any training as a cashier? Training in this?
No.
Okay. And Walmart, does Walmart have a lot of cashiers working where you could have went through there?
No.
Okay. How many do they typically have, if you remember? One or two?
Yes.
If that, at times?
Yeah, and the lines are ridiculously long.
Okay.
So with my mother sitting in the car and the heat, I was not going to wait in that long line.
So you were forced to go through this system that you have not been trained on, correct?
Yes.
Okay, all right. After they told you, you just mentioned that after they told you that not all the items were scanned, you surprised?
Yes, and I offered to pay for it. I said, I will pay for it. Like, I'll get you my debit card and you can get back in there and pay for it.
Okay.
Or I'll go pay for it. And they were like, no, this is not how this works.
Okay, all right. Is there anything else you would like the court to know?
No. This incident has happened, but it was several years ago. I am a nurse. Well, I am a nurse. I'll let my nursing license lapse due to this, because if I have a theft on my record, they're not going to probably reinstate my license.
Well, let me ask you about that. You said you had incident where there's a theft charge against you before.
Mm-hmm.
How long ago was that?
This is 2024, like 16, 17 years ago,
Oh, okay.
18, I don't know.
All right. But since then, you've turned your life around
Absolutely.
and you got a nursing license. What's your license? What kind of license? do you have?
It's a LPN.
LPN, okay. And you let it lapse because of this pending case,
Yes.
okay? Knowing that that would present a problem, getting it renewed.
Yeah, our licenses are renewed in June, end of June, and they are aware that I have 2 DUIs in West Virginia that I'm fighting, and they're probably going to be dismissed. But the theft charge is not going to look good, because, I mean, who is going to want to hire a nurse that has a theft charge on her record?
But the most important thing here is that you did not intend to steal anything from Walmart.
No, I did not.
Okay. You did your best to scan everything in that bucket.
Absolutely.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Hill.
Thank you, Your Honor. You ever used the self-checkout at Walmart before?
Yes, I have. Because there's never any cashiers.
I understand. So, I mean, and you've had a theft conviction in your life. Well, a shoplifting conviction from Walmart, right?
That was in like 2006, 2007, and I was young. I was a single mother. I had no income coming in, and I had a child. So I had to do what I had to do to get diapers, wipes. You know, I paid for that.
You heard that Mr. Fields, the representative from Walmart, say that you were on their system and told never to go back to Walmart.
Okay, so, well, Cross Lanes, I was with my boyfriend at the time, and he had said, he told us that we could come back in a few days.
What happened that time in Cross Lanes?
My boyfriend had tried to steal something or something, I don't know, and I was with him. We went to court, and he said my girlfriend was with me. She had nothing to do with it, and I didn't. And they just dropped the charges on me.
But your boyfriend was found guilty?
Honestly, I don't remember.
So the one that you had before was in Barbersville, right? The theft offense that you ended up being found guilty of.
Possibly, I'm not sure.
And you've been to magistrate's court in Huntington over some other ones, haven't you? That were dismissed.
Yeah, years ago.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
I'm not a thief.
Those old cases, the cases that he mentioned, or the ones that you mentioned are over 17 years ago?
Yes.
Okay, all right. You're, like you said, in a desperation, trying to get, what did you steal at that time? You said baby wipes and diapers?
Diapers, stuff like that, just stuff for the baby.
Okay, okay. But you had, in this situation, you had money to pay for the items?
Yes, and I offered to pay for the items. I said, I will use my debit card, or I'll go pay for it. Like, I have the money. And
And they said, no, this is not how this works.
Okay. All right. But once again, you did not steal those items.
No, sir, I did not.
It was just a mistake on your part.
It was. I had multiple items of the same thing. So I picked the bags up, and a lot of it was granola. So I would scan them. And even though they were like 2 different kinds, I would just scan like one because I knew I wasn't going to bring them back.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry. And the thing would beep, and I'm like, what, I'm just thinking, am I doing it too fast? Just getting it. So I just kept scanning it, and some of the items did not pick up.
Okay.
Because I don't know what the beeping means on the scanners.
Okay. Because you're not trained in using those.
Correct.
Okay. But Walmart expects you to be perfect in your scanning of all items that come through there.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Even though they probably don't hold the cashiers to the same level, do they?
No, there's like, I mean, you think about it, there's 7, 8, one lane, 7, 8 in one lane. They have 2 cashiers at the end.
Okay.
How can they possibly watch 14 people?
Okay. All right, no further questions, Your Honor.
Nothing else, Your Honor.
You may step down now.
Your Honor, the defense rests, and we'll waive closings.
Anything further?
We'd waive closing, Your Honor.
Okay. This is kind of a tough one. I am convinced the defendant's, I'm going to make everybody upset. I'm convinced of the defendant's guilt to a reasonable degree of probability. I'm going to say it's probable she's guilty, which is more likely than not. More than 50% chance. But that's not the standard in a criminal case. It's the standard in a civil case. I'm not convinced beyond a reasonable doubt. And the video's not good. There's a problem. On the Exhibit 2, we don't have the witness that actually compiled this to give testimony. He wasn't there when it was compiled, so he can't really testify that it's accurate. There's no she basically has testified that you tried to use the gun. There's no testimony that the gun was in working order. It is possible that the gun wasn't working appropriately, and there's no testimony to defeat that. And it's, I think, the state's burden to meet that defense. So I'm going to kind of reluctantly find her not guilty. So she's found not guilty. And I didn't see in the video, I didn't see any what I would consider suspicious activity. She wasn't looking around trying to see if anybody was watching her. I didn't see anything like that. So she's found not guilty. If you are shoplifting, don't shoplift and don't go to Walmart.
No. Walmart.
And then wait on the cashier.
State of Ohio recalls Kimberly McCann. Case number CRB 24-395 A and B. That's Mr. Stratton's wife.
Oh, yes.
Come on back.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you? Your Honor, I believe the state is going to dismiss this case at the moment. That's what our discussion was about. So, just 1 minute. He's got to make a decision.
I'm sorry.
What the state wants to do.
Your Honor, the facts of this, I'm not sure that anybody's report or statement gave us the full picture of what was going on. But I believe that Ms. McCann and Mr. Vargas were arguing over a car.
My car.
And I don't know exactly what happened, but in the midst of all this activity involving the car, apparently Mr. Hargis has a protection order against Ms. McCann, or did have one, out of Tennessee. Is that right? Tennessee or Kentucky or?
Tennessee, yes.
And I don't think we've had any more contact with Mr. Hargis either. So I don't believe that this is something that we would be able to prove beyond a reasonable doubt at this point.
It's a case of knowledge.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Casey Lynn Blevins to the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 24487, CRB 24488.
Smith is attorney.
Yes, Judge, and I understand that she has been assessed and does qualify for treatment at OVP. I don't know about a bed date, but she'll have to sit, I guess, until bed comes open.
Yes, we don't have a bed available today, but we should within the next day or so.
And I think the state was going to move the $2,500 cashier to a $2,500 OR bond based upon the result of the assessment.
That's correct.
All right, Ms. Blevins, is this what you want to do? Your audio's off on the headset, probably. There's a button there. Needs to be switched. Try again. Couldn't hear you. Yeah, there we go. Try again.
Yes.
Okay, now you're coming through. So the way this works, I'm going to give you a little law class. You're charged with a felony. What does that mean? That means if you're convicted of a felony, you can go to prison. So you are in the misdemeanor court for the first couple of hearings, and the state's agreeing to keep your case here, not take you to the felony court, and not get a grand jury indictment. You've probably heard that term before. Felonies are so serious that you have to, yeah, she does have a felony. You have to be indicted by the grand jury. And the state's agreeing to keep your case here, let you go to treatment, and if you're successful, you can get your case dismissed. But you got to do your part. So, and here's the other thing. You're from West Virginia. If you don't come back and there's a warrant issued for you on a felony, that warrant's good in West Virginia. They will pick you up on an Ohio warrant on a felony. Then you'll go to Western Regional and sit for at least 3 weeks waiting for one of the judges in Campbell County to have an extradition hearing, and so you're probably wasting 4 or 5 months, or 4 or 5 weeks anyway, before you'll come back here and start all over. So the point I'm trying to make is you have to take this serious. It's not a game. You can get a really good result, get some treatment that's worth thousands of dollars, get in recovery, and get your case dismissed. Your most serious case anyway is dismissed, your felony charge. So that's a good deal, but you gotta do your part.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm gonna order you released to, now they can't take you today because they don't have a bed available, but they say maybe tomorrow or the next day there should be a bed available to OVP. And then you're gonna come back here. What's your schedule?
Judge, we had set it for, I believe, like the 12th, just in case she was in jail, but I just can't do the 23rd of August. I can do any other day.
Let's get, how about the 16th then?
I
To
can
give
do
you
that.
more time.
Yes, sir.
See how she does in treatment.
Sure.
And it's a lot better date than the 12th.
Yeah, I can do the 16th.
Okay, I'm going to see you on the 16th. You'll come back to court, and they're going to give me a report. You can't see. You're probably getting nothing. Okay, now you can see. They're going to give me a report as to how you're doing. So if you go there and mess around or don't do what you're supposed to, they're going to tell me on the 16th. I don't know. So get a good report. Do what you're supposed to, when you're supposed to do it, the way they tell you to do it. Okay?
Yes, sir.
I'll see you August 16th at 10 a.m. for a preliminary hearing.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, court is adjourned.
She's not going to. Prosecutor, not nearly as nice.